Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. Dan, you were the first comments of the broadcast coming in on YouTube. Hey, Sunkiss, you're on YouTube too. Dan, you were the first one on Periscope. Also, I meant to go live on Instagram. I forgot. Let me just click a button. Boom. Oh, I totally wasn't ready to go. Oh, I forgot that I moved everything. So I moved to a new location here. I moved over in front of my bookcase because the light is in the center of the room, and I always sit with the light behind me, and today I just decided I was sick of that, although where I am now is not sustainable either, but that's okay, because we're trying new things, always be experimenting. Abe. Hi, Anne. Hi, Zen. Thanks for joining us. We are going to talk about my trip to Egypt. I did get back 2 days ago. I don't know. What day is it? Who knows when I got back. But I'm back now in New York, where I'm from originally, in the USA. Hey, Cephalo. This limits the cash cannon discharge. I know. I know. And just like I feel really claustrophobic, but I wasn't going to move it all back to the same spot with the light behind me, so the whole room needs to be rearranged. I already rearranged this thing because I kept bumping my elbow on it. What problems did I face in Egypt? Well, I'm going to tell you about my whole trip, but I want to start out by sharing with you the things that I posted on my Instagram page. For those of you who may or may not be following me, I'm going to show the pictures, and then I can give kind of like a narration of where the pictures were taken, what the pictures are of, and we can check it all out together. Dan says all he cares about is the cash cannons. I'm sorry, Dan. I think we actually are behind on cash cannons. So thanks for the super hearts of my 2 broadcasts ago. Oh, come on. That's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. Okay, we're good. Now, now they're all over the room, where before they were all going against the wall. But that's okay. That was my first test. I actually didn't test it at all, so thanks for the super hearts. I think that was mainly Fleeko on my Periscope broadcast 2 scopes ago. If you guys have no idea what's happening, that's okay. It is a Periscope thing. Every 20,000 super hearts I get, I load up the cash cannons and shoot them off. They are from our good friend, Mr. Dan on Fleek, the #1 sponsor in the last 30 days. If you find the content valuable as well, you can sponsor the channel at femyoga.com by clicking support. It's good though, it makes me get up. I sit too much in my job. And if you don't know, I do 3 hours of content every single day. I'm a certified Hatha yoga teacher, and I just got back from a 5-day trip to Egypt in Africa. And as far as geographically, that is on the northern tip of Africa, and it is right next to Saudi Arabia, actually, which I didn't know until I looked at the map. So that was pretty cool. It is a Muslim country. Ooh la la, yes. So thank you for the super hearts. Thanks for all the support. And we did have a change in the tip jar. So once we start receiving super hearts on this broadcast, you'll see that we have a new number 1, 2, and 3. Our number 3 is someone who's never been in the tip jar before, and I'm very excited to see her face in there. Why did I decide to take a trip to Africa? Well, okay, bye Maria, thanks for being here. I went to Africa because I wanted to see the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx because of ancient human history, and just to be able to touch something that was built so long ago and just kind of actually be in its presence. You know, it's just like the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls. It's not the same to really see it up close. And, you know, pictures, they just can't do it justice, just like a good sunset, you know. Hey, Nick. Thanks for inviting your followers. Sorry that you're stuck at work. You're a convert to this channel? A convert? Well, hi, Jay. Thanks for being here. What did you convert from? I would like to know. Super fam. Yes, super fam. Thank you. Yes, Sonam went with me, Sonam 108. The only Nick went with me, and Dan off Leak. They all went to Egypt with me. So let's skip all this. Hello, Lampy on YouTube. How are you? All right, so here are some of my Instagram photos. I'm just going to start with my most recently posted. We'll fly through it pretty quick. Just take a look. Oh, here, let me get a heart race going. Hang on. Stand by. Why didn't I go on an Inca trip? I mean, I can only go one place at a time. I guess that's why. All right, so here comes the heart race. Boom! I just created it. Sorry, I didn't start egg drop earlier. And let's check out the Instagram pictures. Machu Picchu. All right, so this was in the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Oh, this is, sorry, on Instagram you can't actually see the pictures, but if you're on Instagram, you can go look at my pictures anyway. Hey, Pumpkinberry. Heather, right? Lampy, thank you for sharing this on Twitter and inviting your followers on Periscope. Much, much appreciated. And I actually don't. Most of the things in this museum had no sign, no description of what it was at all. But I just know that it's very old art, which I find amazing. Oh wait, this is actually not in the museum. I'm lying. I'm sorry. This was actually from the hotel called Pyramid Valley. Pyramid Valley Hotel. This was one of the artworks in their lobby, and I have no idea how old it is. It probably isn't old at all. So I apologize. I forgot what this picture was from. I'm good, Pumpkin. How are you? Next picture. Oh, hang on. Okay. Next picture. This is the Great Pyramid of Khufu. So this is the largest of the three Great Pyramids. And this is taken from the corner of the pyramid. So you can see how tall the stones are there next to some of the individuals standing around. And you can see kind of the height of it. I had to squat down basically to get this picture. Hi, Soheil. How are ya? Wait, did I lie? No, I think that was the Great Pyramid. Egypt is legit, right? And then these ones here, these smaller pyramids, it seemed like every tour guide would tell you something different. Some of them said that these were the tombs of the workers. I thought on the map they called these the pyramids of the queens. I don't know. I don't know. Almost fully recovered from the flu. Oh my goodness. Yuck. That stinks. Ooh, having kids. All sorts of illness, right? Yes, we went to Cairo, and this is in Giza, Egypt. We were in Egypt for 5 days. And then here's the Sphinx. This was taken by a man named Saleh, which I thought was just being a nice guy, but turned out he was trying to sell us going on a tour with him, even though we were already with another tour guide. Our two tour guides ended up yelling at each other and fighting, and it was pretty hilarious. You DM me, thank you, Zen. I'll check it out. These pictures are all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. These are like not flowing in any kind of order, but these are pictures from the Pyramid Light Show. So the pyramids, every night they do 3 different shows. First it's in Arabic, the second one is in English, and the third is in French. And they do that every single night. The music and lights are quite loud and bright, and I can't imagine living there. It must get quite annoying to hear that every single night. Nick told him off and he yelled, "What, Saleh? Oh my gosh." That's hilarious. And then you can see a couple Heineken cans there on our table, and there is about 2 beers that you can get in Egypt. There's Heineken and there's Stella. And there's occasionally you'll find a Sakara, but they don't really have like, you know, a bunch of different drafts to choose from like you would find in America. And I love beer, so. Before he took the pictures, oh yeah, I wouldn't have let him take mine, but Hamji let him take them, and I was like, okay, fine. Because I still thought Hamji was like cool at that point. Heineken, phenomenal beer. Yeah, totally not true. If you know anything about beer, Heineken to me is like the most disgusting beer ever. Stella was fine. And the Sakara, I don't even think I tried. I think I might have tried a sip at one point of Nick's, and it was fine. Yes, so that's Dan. Everyone was wanting us to open Dan. Well, there you go. It is Dan, myself, Nick, and Sanam standing in front of one of the pyramids. The heart race is rigged. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. And you can see one of the comments here where Lou says, honestly, the fact that no one was arrested still shocks me. Bud Light, oh dear. Here's a picture of the plane. Egypt Air, we flew. I thought the flight was actually quite fine, considering we flew, hey, I want to like my own picture. Considering that we flew for 22 and a half hours total, I was quite impressed with how the flights went. And hey, Package Man, I'm showing the pictures on Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch if you want to check me out on there, since on Instagram you can't really see what I'm showing. I am quite jet lagged. I'll talk about that, but I just got done sleeping for 11 and a half hours. When I woke up, I felt pretty much ill. I needed to drink a bunch of water and eat some soup and kind of snap out of it before I was even able to get to work tonight. But I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling back to normal, and I could probably talk about Egypt for hours and hours and hours, and we have about 2.5 hours of content to go tonight. So we will be going till almost, actually probably 5 o'clock in the morning. But then you guys don't have to hear too much more about Egypt, and we will get back to our normal content like books and self-development, yoga, etc., and food. Yeah, Nick said he was surprised at how comfortable the flight was, and that's really saying a lot because he's a lot taller than I am. He's 6'2" and had to deal with a lot less leg room than I had. So here's my star blanket on the first plane. I totally fell in love with this. Oh God, this cracks me up because Dan was making fun of me because I like this blanket so much. Okay, Nick says travel advice. Request the kosher meal because you get served first. Hey Benji, thanks for being here. Hello Bashir on Instagram. Dan loved having the middle seat. I did offer him the window seat in my defense and he didn't want it, so what can I say? This was me before wrapping up with the star blanket. This is the picture of the plane I actually took as we were about to board. What kind of beer do I prefer? I like craft beers, pretty much all types of craft beers, but I particularly like Belgian beers. I like amber style ales or brown ales, pretty much. I don't know if ale is the right word, lager. I don't know. I kind of like all beer, but cheap beer. Yes, I had met Nick and Dan before. Yes, Marie, but I had not met Sonam. No, we didn't ride. We definitely didn't go first class. No, we were in the economy, 3 seat wide. But luckily, I knew them. And I think that made a big difference. Was knowing the two people that were in the row with me. And this was. Uh, oh yeah, if you. I said I'm just gonna bring a big empty suitcase everywhere I go if I want to be on iSocial because I get the whole section to myself. So this was on the train going to the plane in New York City. You can't do a lot of dark beers, too strong taste-wise. Yeah. Actually, Mike, I just got back from Egypt about 2 days ago. So, and then, yeah, this is, you can kind of see how oh wait, hang on, my cat is here. Let's hide the Instagram pictures for a second. Hi! I moved my workspace. He yelled at me. Okay. Now he's ripping up my yoga mat because he's angry. Oh, he's gonna sleep on it? Oh, so cute. I'm hungry. Alright. So, my suitcase shoved into the train. It's lovely. Very smart. Whoa! Sorry. So I don't know why wasn't I scrolling through? Oh yeah, I guess. I feel like I'm missing pictures here. I'm definitely missing pictures. Why am I missing pictures? Train, train, train. Okay. So where are all my other Sphinx pictures? I don't know, guys. I'll have to figure out how to use Instagram at another point in time because right now I don't want to do this live. So now I'll talk about all the stuff I want to talk about. So there's some of my Instagram stuff. Check it out, Femme Yoga Taylor. When I find the pictures that are missing, I'll be posting those as well. Now, my list of things I wrote down so I wouldn't forget anything to share with you guys. Good morning, and Bashir. Who got engaged? Oh, me and the Sphinx? Yeah, no, not really. That was just the Sphinx was kissing my hand. So. I know they're grouped pictures, yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Did I post all the pictures of the Sphinx? I might have missed some of them. You're shooting a documentary. You're going there in 2 months. That's awesome because they just discovered some new tombs and they're putting together a new museum that they hope to launch in 2020. So that's pretty exciting. 2022. Hey, Asian boy. Yes, I'm back home in America now, so you can get ready to see me for 3 hours every single day, just like we used to do. And Sonam said the Sphinx accepted her proposal. Oh, okay, but not mine, apparently. Rude. Just kidding. But then she got cursed, so I guess it was a fair trade. Blessings from New York. Lampy, thanks for all the hearts. This person, Dan, Benji. Wait, do I know you? I think you look familiar. Zen, Danny, thank you for the hearts. Now, first I wanted to say that the ride, the plane, the flights weren't even that bad. We flew Egypt Air. I felt like we had enough space. We were able to get up as many times as we needed to walk around. Sleep was very difficult, but that's just part of trying to sleep sitting up. And I'm very small, so I had the best time of anyone, but it was still and I had the window, but I still had a heck of a time getting more than maybe on the 12-hour flight, I might have got 6 hours of sleep. So, yep, Sonam got cursed. Because she's a top shelf pineapple. Hey, Smoker Origin. The food, I thought the food on the plane was good. It was fine, it didn't make my stomach upset at all. It was fine with digestion. There was options. They definitely had, it was carb heavy, but I think most meals are. But they had meat, like beef and chicken, and it kind of helped to break up the flight. You got 2 meals per flight. The first flight was about 10 hours long. The second, I think it was supposed to be 10 and a half and 12. The first one wasn't 10.5 hours, so maybe it was like, let's say we flew at least 20 hours total. The food in Egypt area, yeah, good question. I was just answering that. Hi, Peter. Yes, I did live stream in Egypt. Yes, Asian boy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great, great experience. Hi, Tyrone. I'm kind of new to Twitch myself, so thanks for being here. Dan said the eggs were fantastic, best eggs ever. Yeah, the eggs were not good. That is true. That was something that wasn't good. They would serve like a little like brownie or cake. I didn't eat that at all. Just out of health it didn't look good, so I wasn't gonna waste like like I wasn't gonna eat sugar and not have it be amazingly delicious, so I didn't eat any of that. The guys I think did, so maybe they can speak to the dessert quality, but it didn't look good. The meat was good, I thought. It was like meat and rice a lot of times. The breakfast was fine. Nick got kosher meals, so he was getting different meals than us. He got like different kinds of fruits. The yogurt I thought was good. It was definitely pure sugar though. Behind me, these are actually cash cannons. So every time we hit 20,000 super hearts, I shoot off the cash cannons. Oh yes, pineapple. Yes, Nick was eating a lot of top shelf pineapple, which was awesome. And my neck pillow from Walmart served me good for sleeping too. Definitely recommend bringing a neck pillow with you. Make sure that you have enough for warmth. Although I felt like those flights were like the warmest flights I've ever been on. And my ears, I didn't have any problem with my ears at all. It was a 777, and I think those are some of the newest planes out. So they're just like, they figured out the pressure situation better. So if you have sensitive ears and you're worried about flying international, know that I actually had a pretty fine time. My ears didn't hurt at all. I felt them pop a couple times, but nothing, didn't cause any pain. Yes, me and Sonam went there together, yeah. Originally, oh yeah, Nick had quiche. Originally, I was going to go to Egypt by myself, which I'm really glad I didn't have to do. Then Nick signed on and he said, I want to go to Egypt. That sounds amazing. And like he's kind of like, oh, I really want to go. I really want to go. And finally, boom, he was coming. And then Dan jumped on like I don't think even much longer after Nick. He was like, you know what, screw it, I want to go too. He decided to come. We all hung out in Atlantic City in December with one of our other friends, Ed, South Jersey Broker, another one of the sponsors here on the list. Boom, caught him. And there's Sonam and Nick. And then Dan's at the top of the list. And then Sonam at like not even that long before we decided to go, decided she was going too, and we were gonna try to keep it a secret, but it was just like it was impossible. So we did let you guys know a little bit before the trip, and then we surprised everyone with when we went. We were telling everyone we were going about 2 weeks later than we were, so that we could kind of like just be like, boom, we're in Egypt now. What's up? So that was fun too. You remedy ear problems by chewing gum. Yeah, I've heard that before. I think also just like chewing like your teeth into each other would provide a similar kind of like jaw response to kind of try to loosen up that area and open up the tunnel in the ears. There's also earplugs they make that have little tunnels through them that help to regulate pressure while you're flying. Different things. My husband has vertigo, so we've explored some different options, but he still doesn't really fly. I forgot to tell him that. I do have to tell him my ears didn't bother me on that one. It was warm, but I always recommend when you're flying, especially domestic, make sure that you have long socks so that your ankles aren't showing, especially if you're like a girl like me and you don't wear like these big, huge pants that cover everything. And make sure you have long sleeves or a sweater. You want to have something that's easy to take on and off because sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, and you don't have a lot of space to move around. I really liked having a hood this time. I brought a sweater with a hood on it, and that helped to keep my head and neck warm and block out some light when I wanted to sleep and it was kind of bright in the plane. And also the hoodie pocket. Having the hoodie and having the pocket here was nice because I could have my boarding pass and my phone, everything kind of right there rather than having to keep going into my purse or my carry-on as I was kind of bringing things around the airport. Yawning, yeah, yawning a lot definitely helps the ears. How was the food? I talked about the food already on the plane. Lindanu sent a request to be in my live video. Who are you, Lindanu? Do I know you? That's on Instagram. Hey, Zaza, what's up? I'm talking about my trip that I just got back from Egypt, and we were starting out with the flight. So I flew with Nick and Dan, and it was amazing. They're great guys to travel with. If you guys get the chance, trust me, they made my life a lot easier. Femyoga.com for all my hoodie needs. Yes, exactly. I actually do sell Femyoga hoodies, which is what I was wearing. If you go to femyoga.com and click shop, you'll see completely customizable merchandise. You can do shirts, hoodies, bags, pillowcases, I mean, coffee mugs, you name it. You can customize that stuff on there with different logos. It doesn't have to say Femyoga. I have stuff that says Defy Limits, so it's more gender neutral for the men out there who might not want something that says Femyoga. You can get just FY. There's some different options on there, but I digress. Thanks, Dan, for the shout out. Is Egypt safe to travel? Absolutely. Yeah, it was safe, but I'm going to tell you all about the experience and things that I kind of maybe wish had gone differently, or things that I would recommend you take into consideration when you go, places to stay, things to consider. One of the first things, so we get off the plane when we got there safely, and we flew direct from New York City to Egypt, into Cairo. So we get to Cairo, and we have a driver that was arranged for us by a friend. Thank you, Austin. Yes, it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back to work, and I definitely miss the people that I traveled with. I miss the experience, but I'm really grateful that I have it, and I'm really grateful I made it back safely so that I can apply the things that I learned from the trip and share it with you guys right here and now. So the first thing we notice, we get into the car, and actually probably the very first thing you notice is the traffic. The way that they drive is kind of like, it's just like these little, like they just like sneak between each other, and they just, any little opportunity they have to go, they take, similar to New York City. But when you're actually on the highways and on the roads, the lines of the highway don't matter. Like, normally there's, if there's a line here, that means there's a lane and a lane. Well, for them, they'll just drive down the lines, like half of their car in one lane, half of their car in the other lane. And they'll just drive like that, and they just kind of like weave through. Now, I'm not sure if that's actually more efficient or less efficient, because I will say we actually didn't get stopped in bumper to bumper traffic pretty much a single time. Whereas anytime I'm in New York City, Los Angeles, it's absolutely crazy. Now I have to compare populations, but I wasn't really sure if that was better or worse, honestly. But it was interesting. Our driver was discouraging us strongly from wearing seatbelts, which just kind of indicated to me a lack of intellect, a lack of reason, a lack of logic, a lack of caring about survival and safety. I didn't understand why he would do that. It's one thing if you don't want to wear a seatbelt and you want to take your own life into risk, whatever, teach their own. I'm actually an anarchist, so I'm all about volunteerism. You wear it if you want to wear it. Thank you, Brian, for the hearts. Oh, don't tap out. Oh, you can tap out, but thank you for the hearts. I appreciate them all. It's a lot, Yeah, these are the pros. Benji, Lampy, pros. Graham, I was just thinking about you like just a couple hours ago. That's so weird. Hello, good to see you. Hola. That's probably because Ruby went live, and I was like, Graham, that's how they drive in those countries. Yeah, but so that was interesting. That was probably the first thing that we noticed. There was one other thing I was gonna say. What was I just talking about? Oh, the seatbelts. Yeah, that I just thought that was kind of a sign of stupidity, just straight up. So, I mean, you don't have to wear your seatbelt, but I don't think it's very smart. We were driving on the highway. It wasn't like we weren't like moving very quickly. It wasn't like we were going 30 miles an hour or something, even still. But also his speedometer didn't work. I can't remember if it was his speedometer or one of the cars we were in. The speedometer was just at 0. It didn't move at all, and it didn't matter. That nobody cares how fast you're going. Yeah, the trip was amazing, Selena. Good to see you too. Yeah, we're talking about Egypt, Graham. Lots and lots to talk about. um, so then as we go through Cairo and the area near the airport, we're like, wow, so cool, so many buildings, lots of buildings on top of each other, lots of high rises. Okay, and then as you travel, you start to see this kind of decline in the standard of living, in the quality of the buildings, the hygiene of the people that you see. Everyone looks very dirty. There's just clotheslines everywhere, clothes hanging everywhere. About 50 satellite dishes on the tops of all the buildings, and people that just look like they're living in squalor. Really like the slums. Like the worst projects you could ever imagine. For me, I'd never seen anything like this, and just basically beggars. I mean, we would drive down the street, and little kids would come up to the window and tap on the window and say, like, I need food. And that was something I'd never experienced before. And although I knew that existed and I knew that was very prevalent in Egypt, I really didn't think, I thought we would be insulated from it as being tourists. Because we were going to the pyramids. It was like we were going from the airport to the pyramids, back to the airport. Like, I really thought this whole area would be pretty well developed because of the tourism industry. And although the tourism industry is down, I can't imagine it was much better, you know, few years ago before. I think 2011 was when the revolution really began in Egypt, which just kind of ended not too long ago, maybe I think maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, a little dose of reality. Yeah, that's right. Hamdi on fleek. Hamdi heard me talking smack. Don't know if you'd catch you anywhere near the Middle East. Yeah, yeah. Hi Rahul on Instagram. Exuza says, I can't fall asleep. What is good yoga to do when you can't go to bed? Yoga isn't really probably something to make you go to sleep. I mean, maybe I could show you some things, but I did a broadcast right before this on my Periscope channel where I did whisper reading and drawing, and that should help you fall asleep. Unabomber says, Egypt is corrupt. No money goes to development. Okay, that's interesting because I wanted to do some research on that. That's exactly what I was wondering. Hamji, thank you for the super hearts. Look, wait, get ready for the pictures. Do you see who it is? It's Vegan Dough, our #3 sponsor for the last 30 days. There she is, her beautiful face filling up the jar. I absolutely love it. The weather was great. The weather was fine. It was cool. You know, probably between like 50 and 70 most of the trip. You know, at night maybe it would get below 50, but not by much. But it was nice. It was cold, like you wanted to have a sweater on or something because they don't have any humidity. So when the sun goes down, it just feels very cool in the desert, like any desert. But it wasn't unbearable. You know, getting back to New York was a complete shock. It was so cold. I couldn't even remember cold feeling like that. I think I was also dehydrated. So, oh, let me go back to that on the flights. I thought it was interesting. On the plane, they would first serve food, then they would like go around with coffee and then tea and then water. I mean, I don't know if it was exactly like that every time, but that's what it seemed like. Like I think in America and most places it's just like first everyone goes around with water. Okay, who needs water? Everybody hydrated. We're very like aware of hydration, and that just wasn't a common theme there in Egypt. Every time we ordered water, people looked at us like we were strange. They were like, "Just water? Like nothing besides water?" We're like, "Yeah, water is sufficient. Like all you really need is water." You realize that, right? Oh, you started following us then, Crystal? Thank you so much. I know Sonam is amazing. She has the best voice. I keep making her record audios to me because I miss her so much. There you go. Brian said, Ben, I'm coming for you. I fixed my technique. Oh, snap. You passed Lampy. Oh, God. Thank you for following us, too. Hamji, kick out dough. Hamji. Hamji. Um, Okay, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, but it was just kind of strange. So we all joke that we became camels while we were in Egypt because there was definitely a lot of camels to be seen. And when I had this jet lag, so first I slept, the first night I slept 9.5 hours straight. Then this past night, which was really during the day, I slept 11.5 hours straight and I barely moved. I didn't get up to drink water. I didn't get up to go to the bathroom. I might have rolled over a few times. When I woke up, I was like, what is happening? It's so late. I already went to Egypt, and it was so dark, and I'm just like, what the heck? And I felt ill. I was shivering. I had a headache. I was really tired. I just wanted to go back to sleep, but luckily my friend, you know, Ed was telling me, drink water, drink as much water as possible. You're probably just really dehydrated. So I did. I tried to chug a bunch of water. I did that a few times. Started feeling an appetite. I ate some food, and now I'm feeling a lot more normal. I'm glad I didn't just roll over and go back to sleep because I would have probably felt even worse when I woke up. So jet lag is a very real thing, and it didn't affect us while we were there, at least not that I noticed with anybody. You know, Dan was a little tired sometimes, but that was normal considering how little we were sleeping to begin with, because we were excited to be together. We would stay up late talking, hanging out, you know, brainstorming. Where a lot of us are entrepreneurs and we're interested in business and strategy and Periscope in general and broadcasters that we like, and just really connecting. And we would do that till the early hours of the morning and then go to sleep and want to get up early because we want to go see the pyramids and the Sphinx and the museum and the Nile River, and we want to try this place to eat in this place. And it was like we wanted to do so much in such a little time, that, you know, being a little bit tired was normal, but none of us were like zonked out the whole time or anything. But now that we're back, we're all like, it's taking days to adjust, which I didn't expect at all. Yes, I do have Instagram, which is Fem Yoga Taylor. The 2289. Yeah, this is, yep, that's Zach. That's him. If you check out my Instagram picture, you'll see me with him and Egypt. We're famous, Zach. All right. Don't block me, Zach. Now, the next part. The next is, oh, so we start noticing the poverty. So for me, I'm really struck by this. What was interesting is at the time I had no real emotion about it. I had no trouble telling them, no, I'm not giving you any money. You know, I'm not going to give you food. I don't want your tour. I don't, no, 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 no. I'm very comfortable being assertive and telling people no when I need to. Yes, City Cynic, hey, from New York. It was a really amazing trip. But when I got home, I actually cried. I cried quite hard 2 nights ago, and I got a little emotional and started tearing up talking about it earlier, twice. Because it's frustrating to me to see that and think that doesn't need to be. These people are capable of being industrious. These people are capable of running functional businesses and creating value that customers appreciate and exchanging goods for services and so on and so forth. I'm like, these people are capable of having a good, strong economy. They didn't look sick. They look healthy. They have energy. They're beautiful. I mean, these people, especially the women, they're just perfect. I feel like every woman was gorgeous. Like she should be a model. Even the little girls, like the little 5-year-old girls were like just stunning. Um, no, I didn't go to Syria. I went to Egypt. Those people are capable of running scams. Yeah, just like anyone, any person, any business owner, you could run your business legitimately. You could run it deceptively. You know, I think you're going to find that anywhere. Hey, Katie. Hello, Ida Liang. How are you? How are you? How are you? Nobody attacked us. No, we were completely safe the whole time. Lack of infrastructure and corruption. Yeah, so I think that it goes back to who's in power there. What's going on here? So I really would like to research that, and I haven't yet because I knew this broadcast was probably going to run quite a while on its own. But if we get some time at the end, we can research some of it together. Otherwise, I'll do some research on my own time and do a whole broadcast about it and see what I think would help the area, because I had this strong desire to help. But did they treat me different to Sanam? Not really. They thought Sanam was Arabic sometimes. So sometimes people would speak Arabic to her or ask her. They would just say, Arabe? You know, and she would say no. In the casino, there was the two guys, the dealer and the other guy that was standing there at the table. They could not get their eyes off of Sanam because she's very beautiful. And we were the only two women in the entire place. But they weren't barely paying me any mind, which was fine. But it was really funny to see them. They were talking to each other and staring at her, and I made a comment to everyone at the table. I said, oh, these guys really like you, Sonam, you know, and they looked at me like fearful. They were like, you speak Arabic? No, I don't speak Arabic. I could just tell when men are attracted to a woman. But they weren't, I mean, they weren't being like inappropriate or anything. It was just, they were just basically enamored with her beauty, which was really cool. It was funny. It was funny to kind of tease her about it. I said, wow, Sonam, you're very popular here in Egypt. For decades, the leader was Hosni Mubarak, who was a pawn of the American Empire. Interesting, David. Thank you. Appreciate the information. Next trip, you'll be my bodyguard. I had 2 bodyguards, so thank you. Habibi, Hamji guard. He used to say that. He said that a lot. Hamji guard. Well, everywhere I go in the world, I get that look. He is here to do something random. Before Mubarak, it was Sadat who was another pawn of the West. So who is it now? And if they're not a pawn of the West, what do you think that says for pawns or the West in general? Problem-solving skills aren't taught early on. Yeah, I mean the idea to me that a fully grown man thought it was a good idea for everyone to ride around on the highway with no seatbelt on was like, to me, like a sign of like a 16-year-old kid who just got his driver's license and like thinks he's immortal. But like, this dude has children and a wife, and he's like gotta be in at least his 30s or 40s. I'm like, bro, is your brain fully developed? Like, what's happening here? Like, is this common? Is this like people aren't educated here? I mean, they don't know like basic risk avoidance principles of like, if you crash and you get thrown out of a car, you're way more likely to die than if you get like, maybe the seatbelt, you know, hurts you a little bit of whiplash or something. I mean, yeah, he's 44. Exactly, Nick. Yes. It was just very strange. Very strange. I didn't get to know enough people there. We didn't really, because I don't speak the language and now I'm really interested to learn the language. It was like we couldn't communicate and connect with people and really get to know them and what they're about and whether they use reason or logic. Because let me be honest, machismo, yeah. Um, in America, I find very few people who use reason and logic in their decision making abilities. And a lot of people probably just wear seatbelts so that they don't get a fine from the police for not wearing it. Um, They're not educated, though. It's the poverty, right? So where's the poverty stemming from? That's what I really want to explore philosophically and see if I really do want to help these people in this place and in places like this in general, people in these conditions, because there's plenty of people here in America in our own backyards that are in poverty, that are hungry, that aren't even getting nutrients. I mean, if you go to a public school and eat a public school lunch, you probably got zero nutrients. I mean, very minimal. There's, it's a culture of ignorance, not just there, but the difference in, you could just tell they didn't have access to the same opportunities that we have. And I don't really believe in equality because everybody's good at different things. Whereas, some people are tall, some people are short. I don't believe in equality of height. I don't think that all humans should be completely equal in every single thing they do and say and have. However, you could tell that, like, most likely they weren't choosing to live like this. It wasn't so much an idea where they were like, yeah, I mean, I could just up and go to America and live that kind of lifestyle if I wanted to, and get a job and be fine and get out of here, but I just choose to stay here. It kind of seemed like there was a lack of opportunity there. So I can't just go around hand money to beggars and hope that fixes the solution, or give a bunch of extra money at the pyramids, acting like the tourism industry has been boosted. It really, there's something, I think, that goes back down to education and what is being taught here. What's the mentality, and what kind of shift there could be created to change this? It feels like you're powerless when you're one person and you're looking at millions of starving people. I don't even know if they're starving. That's another thing. The condition of the animals. I would have expected the animals to be emaciated. You see these people that look dirty. Now, I will say there is an element of, do are they intentionally putting on this facade of, oh, look at me, I'm dirty, I'm poor, I need help? And maybe some of these people, they probably could have like some clean clothes on, and they just don't, because they know that kind of gets to the heart of the tourist more. They have a large number of educated people. There's no middle class, only poor or really wealthy. Interesting. They can put our $135 each to good use. I don't know, though, because you don't want to support a con artist or a scam, because that just teaches them to perpetuate that business model, which is not going to help their economy or their society at all. Hey, Jeff, on Instagram. Okay. Um, I keep getting kind of sidetracked because I'm like, there's a million thoughts going through my head at any one time. But that's basically what I'm really interested in exploring philosophically, is like, because in Dan, I'm going to use you as an example. We pull in, we're driving in, and there's kind of like chaos everywhere, and people look poor, and we're like seeing all these slums and projects, and we're thinking, whoa, like, this isn't really what I was expecting. And Dan says, here's your anarchy for you, because I'm an anarchist. And I was thinking, like, there's no way this is the result of anarchy. There's no way there's no government here. And I know he probably was, it was more in, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say why or how he said it, but it certainly, like, struck me to the core. And I'm thinking, like, no, this is not. And if it is, then I need to readjust what I think. And maybe I'm a big pro government girl now. Unlikely, but that's what I need to know. I need to know, like, who's in power here, what's going on, what really practically, as individuals that live in these like cushioned bubble lives where we never are exposed to people in this condition, what can we really do that's more than just, well, let me try to throw some money at it, because it's really important that that money goes to the right places. I was contemplating things like franchises. They have like a KFC and Pizza Hut little franchise combo there. And I'm thinking, that's probably very profitable because it's in the right spot. It's right outside of the pyramids. So all the tourists that go there, they might be a little wary of trying different foods when they're in a foreign country and they just want to have some Pizza Hut, or that, we even ate there because a few times I tried different foods and it was quite disgusting. I ordered ravioli, which, it was dumb to get that in Egypt, I guess, but I just wanted a ravioli. It was terrible. It wasn't good at all. So I just kind of, I was like, oh, can we just get Pizza Hut so I can actually get food in my stomach right now? Like, I would never normally eat Pizza Hut, but just that idea of like, this has got to be profitable because it's recognizable and it's run like a franchise. They have to follow they have the same menus, they have the same uniforms. They're using proven, successful sales techniques, strategies, marketing that work. So that has power, and that has the power to empower the individuals there, franchise owners, who can and now hopefully it's going to be like, I hope we see more franchises that are actually healthy. In America, we even struggle with that. So I would think Egypt's going to be even more behind on that in that regard than ever. But they could even mimic, to see, okay, well, how are they running things? All right, we need systems in place. This whole, okay, well, I'm going to run it and then hopefully my kid will want to run my shop later is kind of a fail. Like, you don't really know that your child is going to want to take your business over. So to have a system in place where you're appointing like a manager, an assistant manager, you kind of have uh, this structure. But then it's like, where are the customers? Like how are they going to get customers? Where are the people who have any money to buy anything that they have? David says capitalism's the last thing that they have. We can't afford healthy in America. We can. Health is all you have. It's the only thing that is worth investing in. It's the first thing that's worth investing in. Because of food standards. Yeah, because you don't want to get sick, mainly. Hi, Gina. They don't seem to follow many rules. You can petition your own government to stop imposing structural adjustment programs on them, for one. Yes, we could do that. I definitely agree that our government is overly involved in foreign affairs. But are you saying that it's because America is over there that the country is the way that it is? I find that a little hard to believe, but potentially. Their pizza made with ketchup. They eat lamb rather than cow. The pizza had tomato sauce on it. Limited government involvement needs to be implemented everywhere. I don't know about that. I'm an anarchist, you guys. I don't think that there shouldn't be, everything that we do, society should be voluntary. You can do what you want to do or not do what you want to do. And if somebody does something you don't like, you don't hang out with them. You don't marry them. You don't reproduce with them. You don't talk to them. You don't let them stay at your house. You don't sell your products to them. And this is how you get the society that you want. I mean, it's so much more basic than we try to blow it up to be with all the bureaucracy, because this kind of message is exactly what they don't want to be out there. Because if people actually realize this, that we have the power to take care of ourselves and create a society that we actually want to participate in, and maybe even voluntarily pay for, as long as it's voluntary and not being forced at the barrel of a gun. Wait, where was I going with this? What was I saying? People would realize something, sorry. Oh, if we did realize this, then we would take those people out of power. We would stop paying them. We would realize we don't actually have to do this. There's a lot more of us than there are of them. These few people in power that are using evil, I would say, how do you define, let's define evil, an evil power structure. People that don't use logic and reason. People that just say might is right and that I'm bigger than you, so I can keep you down. I can keep you oppressed at my own gain. Because the truth is, as we've explored on this channel so many times, is that we can all have abundance. We can all do well. We can elevate each other. That when you find a good person who's doing well and you find another person doing well, when those two minds and worlds ignite, it's better. It's not like, oh, now only one can win. Like, synergy is a very, very real concept, I think. I'm missing so many comments. Oops, somebody got blocked. I'm missing. Doe, did you see your pictures? Vegan Doe. If there's a limited government, then NGOs, non-government organizations, is that what that is, take over, and now you have zero unity. And even it's not about equality. It's not about equality, because we're all different, and we're not striving for the same things. Did you guys want to go to Egypt last week? Probably not. It's not like we all should have had to go to Egypt so that we could all be equal. Like, equality is not the goal, but freedom is the goal, as far as I can tell. That they're not free to do what they would actually be able to do if they were free. That's my guess. Now, I'm open to what you guys think. Oh, you guys already blocked that guy like 10 times and I blocked him again. Thank you, Graham. Hi, JL. People who objectify other human beings. Anarchism isn't lionizing markets and demonizing government. Lionizing, so you mean making it seem scary? I mean, a lion is a predator, and a demon is not a real thing, so I'm not going with the metaphor here. Maybe they don't value freedom, Ender Wiggins. Let's say, could we say that there's any human that doesn't value freedom? I mean, how could that be possible? How could someone not want freedom? Now, you can volunteer to be part of a structure. So say you join an organization or club and you follow their rules so you can be part of it. That's fine. You voluntarily are following their rules. It's not like there are no rules. It's just a matter of you're not forced to follow them to exist, to live. You're not going to be imprisoned and your freedom taken away if you decide that you don't want to follow those rules. You'll simply be ostracized, left out. Some people value strict systems, which is fine because you could still participate in that, but it has to be voluntary. You have to make that choice to do that. You can't be forced to do it because I'm pretty sure there's very few people that would choose to be in a system that didn't benefit them, like we're forced to do now. Chev says, we can't do that. People get butthurt when we don't cater to their demands. Well, it's inherent in that we want what we want. You know, humans are going to we want to get what we want. So when other people don't give it to us, yeah, of course we're going to be butthurt, but who gives a crap? What does that really even mean? John says, what does metaphor mean? Oh, metaphor is like when you say the cloud is white like milk. I'm probably mixing it up with analogy, but it's the same idea that you're using one thing to make an example of something else. Freedom is subjective. They may not be free, but are we really free? We're definitely not free. No. But we might have more freedom than they do. Those in power might not value freedom. Wait, those in power might not value freedom of others. Objectification. Okay. They are not ready to be free like here in the US, but we're not really completely free either. We have to pay at least 50% tax here in New York just to not go end up in jail. If I earn any income, I have to pay at least, bare minimum, 50%, let's say 48% of that back to the government just to be able to stay here. So that's not really free. Thank you, Son of Endo. White like milk is a simile, not a metaphor. Simile, thank you. But same idea. Exact same idea. You're just using the word like or as or not using it. So don't let people confuse you and make you think that you're dumb just because they went to school for too long. Okay, sorry. Let me stop. You don't pay any taxes, Sean. Yeah, rich people don't usually pay taxes. Bitcoin keeps dropping. That's true, Slurp. How are your trip for Egypt regards? How are my trip for Egypt regards? I don't think that's translating right, Daniel. Lo siento. Tax and freedom are two different subjects. Voluntary tax would be a free tax. You would choose to participate in the society that had a tax. You would choose to pay the tax or not. And if you didn't pay the tax, you wouldn't get the service. You need to be rich then. Yeah, I think we should all be rich. That's the goal. That's why we're talking about things like this. That's why I want the people in Egypt to be rich. I want the whole world to be rich. It's not a matter of us getting rich and other people staying poor. You know, that was the problem, was that I wasn't seeing anyone who was rich. And I'm like, yo, these people, as long as they're choosing it, I mean, if they're really choosing to be poor, then that's fine. But my gut tells me that that was not the case. And I know it's going on feelings, but, you know, there's some value to common sense. Oh, where are we at? Okay, we have about 10 minutes on Instagram. Sometimes I miss the countdown and it ends before I get to say goodbye. So if you're watching this on the replay, thanks for being here. Instagram only lets me go live for 1 hour every 24 hours. So this will probably end in the next 10 minutes or so. Peter says, I find it so difficult to give money for a good cause, while with lottery, there's millions spent. Yeah, well, you do have to be careful about where you give your money because that's like your vote. You know, it's so much more powerful. I mean, voting in general is powerful, but to take your money and put it somewhere, that's like a very powerful vote. So every time you buy junk food, no matter what you say, you're voting for junk food. Yeah, I enjoyed Egypt, yes. Religion is keeping people in Egypt from being rich. Interesting concepts, very interesting. I definitely don't find the Muslim religion to promote a lot of freedom, or any religion to promote a lot of freedom. Maybe Buddhism. Sales tax is a voluntary tax. No, it's not, because you can't not buy things. You can't not consume ever. I have to pay sales tax on a lot of food products. Gas tax is voluntary, income tax isn't. Property tax isn't. No tax is voluntary. I can't buy something without paying the tax, therefore it's not voluntary. I want everyone to be rich. Like, what did the American government do to make that sale possible, really? I want everyone to be rich. I hate seeing everyone be disadvantaged. Also a common feel of wealthy individuals. I only know what I know, nothing. John. Hi, Liam, how are ya? Then we have to understand taxes in order to be free. I agree with that, Mike. I don't think Egyptian culture has room for Rand. Rand Paul or Ayn Rand? They don't choose that poor. That's what I think. Nobody chooses to live like that. No way. Thanks for the super heart, Sunkiss. Good to see you on Periscope. I know you are on YouTube a lot lately, but good to see you back. John says, please stop using such big words. Okay, I will do my best. So let's move on here. So I was curious, is the traffic, and not necessarily the traffic, but the congestion of people, is that a symptom of poverty? You know, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Is it when you get a lot of people together that you start having poverty, or is that poverty causes people to clump up on top of each other? What do multinational corporations do to help us be rich? Multinational corporations do to help us be rich? Name one. Bitcoin profits isn't taxed but will be. Oh yeah, for sure. Everything will be taxed if we allow them to do that by voting for it and by paying them. I don't want to ask what words mean. That's okay, John. You can ask or you can not ask. It's up to you. If you don't want to, you don't have to. This is a voluntary room. The only way you get ostracized from this room is if you're rude, or if you're like insulting me but not presenting an actual argument to go against it, or if you're sexual and you act perverted, especially after being asked to stop. Those are the only things I really ostracize here. You can disagree with me. That's actually encouraged because that's how I learn. That's, you might be right and I want to learn. I just have to understand where you're coming from, which is hard when you think one thing. It's hard to see the other person's side, but I really do want to. You just have to be patient, and it's hard because you're limited to these 140 characters, and I miss like every 2 comments probably that you put up, and it takes some getting to. But you can also direct message me if you want to have a conversation on Instagram or Twitter. I love to hear other people's opinions where they don't have to break it all up. Graham said that's the reason people left from the UK to the USA, over taxation and government control. I don't know if it was the best country to choose instead. Oh, good, Sunkiss, yay. Salam. Walaikum salam. Okay, so make sure finish the story of your trip on the next scope. Oh, this scope's like not even halfway done, so I have plenty to go. General Electric. How did General Electric help people to be rich? I mean, I think that probably the answer to that are endless. Any place where you have a factory, you've just made that place rich, pretty much. You're providing them jobs. It's not even a factory. You don't even have to like. It's not even it's not a store. Like they don't even have to sell anything. They just have to show up for work and then collect their paycheck. So some people want to be entrepreneurs, but a lot more people just want to work for someone else and they want to get rich that way, which is fine. I think that you can actually you can get rich, you can be rich without being good at making money. Making money to me is actually entrepreneurs, people who create money. They create value where there wasn't any through ideas, services, products, mainly ideas. I think ultimately you have an idea for your product or an idea for your service, an idea for your products and services are like the main, businesses. Am I missing one? Hi, everyone. Instagram, Jeff, Hal, you're back, I think. I don't know what I'm seeing, but hello. Apple, again. I mean, all of these, Nike, Coca-Cola, Halliburton, these are all examples. I don't actually know Halliburton. Is Halliburton a bank? Now, banks are probably something different. If they're working in a factory and they're creating products, he says working in a factory is wage slavery, not a means to wealth, it's subsistence. It depends on what you do with your money and how you work through there. If you're not good if you don't have a lot of skills and you do the bare minimum and you barely show up to work, I mean, no, you're not going to do well. But in America, I mean, if you work in a factory, like it's not like a sweatshop by any means. You might feel like that and you might go to the union because you don't think you're getting paid enough, but you don't need a union. You could just stop working. If however much you cost to work is how much it costs for you to work. Someone else will do it cheaper, it's just a matter, it's not a matter of, you can't believe what you're hearing, Sasak? Okay, well, do you have something you'd like to say? If you invested in GE many years ago, it would have helped you become wealthy. Thank you, JL. Love is like a beaten dog. What? I'd help anyone who asks for it. If no one asks, I don't help. It sounds full of myself, but it's not, Tay. Sean, you've never supported this channel. I will remind you of that yet again. Let's do guided meditation. John? I think you came to the wrong scope, my friend. I am a yoga teacher, but right now we're talking about my trip to Egypt. And I'm really enjoying the conversation, even though one person seems like they might get themselves ostracized soon. Apple made demand when there was none. That's genius. Any entrepreneur is genius, I think. So Sock says, coming from what experience? What? Pierre. Hello, Pierre. Come to Jordan. I'm not coming to Jordan. David, rather than just saying you're wrong, why don't we actually have an actual argument? And if those huge profitable companies paid close to the tax they should, then personal tax would drop. They would love for you to believe that, Ollie. There's no way a criminal is going to give you back your money. Ever. If I'm forcing you to pay me and you're doing it, and I don't even have to inflict violence on you, but I can just trick you with lies and you'll just keep giving me your money, I will tell you anything you want to hear to keep getting that money, to keep from having to actually pay people to keep you down. If I have to actually pay someone to physically restrain you, that's going to make it a lot harder for me to actually be profitable in my criminal situation. But if I can trick you into thinking that it's a good idea and that I'm here to help you, boom, I'm winning. I can tell you, oh no, it's not me that's the criminal, it's that guy over there. But really, that's just how criminals roll. That's just what they do. Peter, you think you're in love? What should you do? Who are you in love with? Oh, with me? No, I'm already happily married, so you should probably just move on or control yourself. This is live, Kurisu. Yes, I'm live on multiple platforms, so I know I'm missing lots of comments. If you're on, I almost said Egypt. If you're on, YouTube or Twitch, I see your comments a lot longer than on Periscope. And I think Instagram is going to be ending in just a few minutes. I'm just going to end it now so I don't forget. Remember, you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been a moment in time with Taylor, and switch on over to YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope if you want to see the rest of my Egypt story. Bye! Alright, Instagram is done. Pablo says, for decades, companies worked hard to minimize worker pay. All pay spent to subsist. Subsist? I wish I knew what that meant. Oh, I forgot my cat was lying next to me. Okay, moving up here. Alright. Sasak says, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sasak, please don't get yourself blocked. It rhymes. It only seems fitting. The only reason I would block you is because you're just saying I'm wrong without actually saying what's right, and that's useless. That's not helping anyone. It's just ad hominem. Do those companies have pay enough? Do they have a moral responsibility to? Do they have a moral responsibility to pay as much as the people want to get paid? I mean, no. There's no moral responsibility to pay. The only thing that's moral in my belief is whether or not you're using reason and logic. If you don't pay the person that's working for you, how do you think that's going to end? Maybe they're going to kill you. Maybe they're going to burn you. They're going to scam you. They're going to steal your information. Maybe they're going to, leave and stop working for you. Quit. Go on strike. I mean, or maybe they're going to get sick and die because you weren't taking care of them and now they work themselves to death. I mean, that doesn't benefit you. No smart business owner doesn't want to pay the people what they're actually getting value for. Now, of course, you always have to be making more money than you're paying out. Otherwise, there's no point in being in business at all. However, I mean, right now I pay one person to help me with this business. He seems to think it's fair. I think it's fair. I'm getting so much amazing work from him, and it's just amazing. And it's really hard to tell if I'm making money off of it or not, but I think it's valuable to the business, and it's making me money in the long term. It's definitely saving me money, I guess, is a good way to say it. And then for him, he's getting paid, and he hasn't, we talk every single week, and so far, seems good. So it's not like I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, how can I pay him less? And he's trying to think, okay, well, how can I get more money for doing the same amount of work? I think that when you just let people be free to work, that as long as they use their brains, that's the only thing that could be immoral. Violence is or unreasonable. That's why it's immoral. So Ollie, that was kind of a long-winded answer to your question, but John says change topic. This is a depressing discussion. I'm sorry that reality is depressing to you, John, but I'm actually feeling very invigorated by this. Mike says, I'm a fierce and educated lady. I admire your mind. I appreciate that, Mike, but it's conversations like these that totally make me realize how much I have to learn. Good to see you too, Darren. How's it going? Okay, David says, you're overlooking the inherently exploitative aspect of the labor capital dynamic. Inherently exploitative. Okay, so you're saying a coercive government is not inherently exploitative, but a free market is inherently exploitative? And how is that so? Because all I know for certain from last 2 years ago, I did a 30-day book a day challenge where I read an entire book every day for 30 days straight. And the main takeaway that I got from that was that power corrupts. When you give someone power over you, they will abuse it. And the only way to keep that in check is to keep their power in check. And the only way to do that is to remain free so that it's voluntary. And that's all I trust me, I think about this all the time for hours every day, certain days. And I read about it and I consume a lot of information. I'm not a master debater. I don't know necessarily every single term that comes at me. I'm not perfect. I'm learning. I had to learn all this on my own. This wasn't something that I learned from my parents or my education. This is self-taught, so I'm glad that a lot of you are patient with me and bear with me as I learn. But those of you who are just going to attack me and insult me and not help me learn are not going to be here. But I don't see how a voluntary relationship could be inherently exploitative. He's saying fuck government too, but at least they have a minimal democratic component. I agree with that. That like if we could go to a small government from what we have now, boom, we're winning. We're moving in the right direction. I'm not trying to say like anarchy, we're going to be able to implement anarchy immediately. But I do think that if you follow the logic to the end, freedom is the only way that you don't have that forced coercive power, because that is where you get when people, you could see it in the airport, a master debater. Stop that, David. Don't say that. That's okay to disagree with me. I want to learn what you think, because maybe I don't disagree with you, but I don't fully understand your position. There was a woman in the airport. She was yelling at people for no reason. People don't speak English. They're Egyptians. They speak Arabic. I certainly didn't want any Arabic person screaming at me in Arabic when I was in Egypt just because I didn't speak Arabic. I just want to see the friggin' pyramids. These people are in New York City. They probably just want to see like Statue of Liberty or something. Who knows? But she's yelling at them. They don't understand her. That's why they're not listening. She tells them to get into line 14. They come over, they get in line behind us in line 19. She flips out. I told you not to stand here. And they're like, 14? Did you say 14? Because they're like, well, where are we supposed to go? Did you say 14? And then instead of telling them, yes, 14, go get in 14, she just says, listen, 17 and 19 are closed. You need to listen. This line is finito. She's going crazy. I'm like, lady, they just want to know, did you say 14? Can you just say yes, 14? Maybe they, like, it's really not that big of a deal. But because she has this power where she could send them to the security if she wanted to, it's like, whoa, you can just see people, you give them this little bit of power, and it's like, if it goes unchecked, you can only imagine. Are you familiar with that? Sorry, let me stop yelling. Are you guys familiar with the psychological experiment they did where that psychology teacher put the boys into a scenario where half of them were guards and half of them were prisoners? And it was a controlled environment as far as we knew. The psychologist was aware of it. These kids were all aware. This is all an experiment. They know these are kids from their class. And they started abusing each other, physically abusing each other, and really strongly abusing their power, including the professor, the psychology professor. He started doing the same thing, abusing them, calling them names, just treating them like crap. And there's a whole movie about it. I forget the name. Maybe someone can type it into the chat for me. But it just goes to show, like, you think you wouldn't? You think you wouldn't abuse it. People will do that all the time. Well, if you were president, we wouldn't have these problems. If I was president, like, I don't know what I would do with that level of power, but I can only imagine. I would love to say that I would just invoke anarchy and totally do away with all the dumb government systems that I don't like, but who knows? I get in there, people are offering me $1 million to vote on this and $1 million to put this law and veto this, and you don't know what it is when you get power. And because none of us, including myself, can be trusted with unchecked power, the only thing that can check it is freedom. People can just leave you. They can stop paying you. They can walk away or sail away or fly away or whatever. They don't have to stay where you're at. They can go somewhere else where they like those people better and they agree with them better. If you want to have a nudist colony, go be naked. I don't care. I don't care. Just because I don't want to be naked doesn't mean you can't be naked. But are these people, they're gonna go to jail because they were naked and you guys didn't like it? I mean, it's just like, weird. Okay. I just came out here to find what Sonam's curse was. Let's just say she said that the Sphinx accepted her engagement, or her proposal, sorry, accepted her proposal, and they're engaged now. But also she's cursed. So G. Adam says corporations abuse the masses. Corporations are not the problem. Corporations wouldn't exist without the government that decides that they are now an entity. That wasn't a thing before the government. Government defined as coercive, forced government, because people are self-governed. We govern ourselves. We self-regulate. We just like when you were a little kid and the kid who was like really mean, nobody wanted to hang out with him. Nobody wanted to do anything with him. So he had to be able to learn how to at least seem charming sometimes to get anywhere in life. And that's how you modify behavior. There's a lot more I could say about this, but let me just answer your question. So, but yeah, corporations wouldn't exist without the government. So. Okay, so I don't think I actually missed a lot of comments. I didn't forget about YouTube, no. I just was going on. Good thing you aren't partnered, Cariso says. You have a cat. Too many big words. Everyone's saying too many big words. That makes me so sad because I want to be able to communicate to everyone. Governments gave business corporate personhood. Yes. Law is all made up by consensus. Not really true, Zen. Not made up by consensus. Hi there. What are those red things? These are cash cannons, Kiwi. If the masses stopped paying their taxes, the government can't do anything. Sean, that is absolutely correct. I absolutely agree with you. I legally cannot stand here and encourage you to not pay your taxes. I'm just trying to say that I agree with Sean. John, just leave, dude, or I'm gonna block you. This is your only warning, because now you're just being rude. There's an X button. There's probably 10 other people live. You want me to help you find somebody? Who else is live? Oh, I'm sure they're not talking about this. If you want something much more shallow, much less deep, oh, I'm sure you can find people on here singing songs, doing art. Actually, art can be quite deep. But I doubt anyone else is talking about this right now. Here, Paranormal Chat with Lindsay Paul. I love her. She helped me get my start on Periscope. Japanese Toy. She's building 3D yakiniku jigsaw puzzles. Be my roomie Harumi. Go check out her scope, man. I mean, you don't. It's voluntary, like I said. Phase 1, test part 2, Tracy Cummins. Hashtag egg drop. Thanks, Gina. Lizzie Bear's niece is doing her hair. Hashtag hair goals. Go check it out. Whew. Why are you saying sorry, David? Hi, Lulu. Whew. John, don't get blocked over something so silly just because you're not interested in the content. Learn how to keep thoughts inside your head. I'm sorry, I missed so many of these comments. YouTube comments don't disappear. Yeah, I missed a lot of those though because they don't disappear, but you guys are commenting so much that now they are starting to disappear. Thank you, Zen. I think capitalism works better without corporation and trading stocks. I agree, Pablo. I'm not a fan of corporations. I assume as a woman in her position, she's been walked on as well, so that's probably made her more abrasive to get people to listen to her, though. I think she forgot about YouTube, though. Oh. Walked on as well. Who are you talking about? A woman in her position. Are you talking about me? Oh, thank you, Gina and Dan. So said, alright, I'm gonna go check out that Periscope piece. Subcritical goes, wait, I don't have to be here on Twitch? No, you don't. How would a world without government work? There will always be someone who will want to seize control. Yes, OG, look, exactly. That's the only way is if everyone agrees that we don't do that. The only thing is that you don't let someone force you to do anything. And the only way you can do that is by being really fucking strong. I'm sorry to swear, Kayvon, please don't block me. YouTube, don't block me. Twitch, don't block me. I'm just saying that if I don't want to get raped, I have to be able to defend myself because you know what? I cannot eliminate rapists from the world. Have you ever tried to do that? You ever tried to change someone who can't be changed? They're a violent person. They enjoy causing pain to someone. Am I really going to spend my whole life trying to change this guy the way he behaves? Or am I going to make sure that I know self-defense? Am I going to make sure that I carry a gun or some type of weapon? Am I going to make sure that if someone tries to rape me, they're going to regret it rather than me regret that I got raped? Now, that's not perfect. Now, I'm not saying that there's no chance in hell that I will ever be raped in my life just because I haven't yet already. And maybe I'll try really hard, but someone will be even stronger than I am. Who knows? But I know that the best cure or the best treatment, I guess, is prevention rather than trying to say, oh, all these girls are raped. How can we give them good therapy to help them recover from this? Maybe we can teach their daughters how to not get raped the best we can. Don't be there. Don't get really drunk. Don't accept drink just like we do now when we teach our daughters. Don't go out to a party and accept a drink from some guy you just met. Don't leave your drink unattended at the bar when you go to the bathroom. Little things like that. That really does help to prevent rape. People might say, oh, you're victim blaming. You're blaming. No, it's not 100% going to be prevented by this, but I bet it's going to be significantly reduced, just like it probably already is, just like a seatbelt prevents us from being ejected from the vehicle. It's not a perfect fix. Sometimes people still die in car accidents, but imagine how many people stopped dying when we invented the friggin' seatbelt. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. This is why I don't do a lot of philosophy scopes, because I'm like, friggin' half my followers probably block me. Government works better without screaming airport personnel. How's my day treating me, Kiwi? Actually, really good. I'm enjoying that you guys are commenting and talking to me about this rather than being like, oh, I'm gonna go watch the Hairscope. Although I do love Lizzie and you should watch it. Could you just whisper and tap your fingernails on something? Yes, Darren. Is that enough? Johnny's just saying calming words. Calmness. Solitude. Zen says people need to be educated. I agree. Peace. Okay. My bamboo plant froze because I left it on the patio. Cold here too, snowing. The woman at the airport. Is there a way to moderate the broadcaster? Dan! Taylor 2021. No! Alright, back to Egypt. Back to Egypt. So, why don't they have catalytic converters in Egypt? When do I sleep? Love squirts. Love squirts. I slept today for 11 and a half hours. I woke up at, wait, when did I go to sleep? I think I went to sleep at like 8:30. Yeah, I went to sleep, 8:30 a.m. and woke up at 8 p.m. So, I got plenty of sleep today, don't worry. Why don't they have catalytic converters on their cars in Egypt? There's a massive amount of smog. The smog is crazy. And I'm like, all these cars are so old. I mean, how much is a catalytic converter? Like $100? You put one in every car, $100 each car? Why isn't that happening? Why aren't they? I don't understand. We don't need government force to do this. Like, if you want to be able to breathe, put the converter on the car. It's reason. And we don't need government to force us to use our brains and say, I would like to breathe, please. I don't like lung cancer. That smells terrible. I don't want to smell that. I really don't like the smell of that. What the hell? Why are we smelling this? Why are we smelling this? What's in Egypt? The Great Pyramids and the Sphinx. Who knows why? Sunkist. The airport woman who seemed power drunk, I assume she felt discriminated against, which has made her more forceful to get people to listen to her compared to men in her same position. Interesting, Nick, interesting. They cannot afford new vehicles. They cannot afford to do that. Yeah, but why not? Why are they so poor? They have one of the great wonders of the world. I mean, the tourism from that alone should be enough to get them, to like level 1. They're at level 0. I mean, we're just trying to get them to like basic. Sunkist says it should be illegal. Now, I don't know that would fix the problem, because if they can't afford it, then forcing them to do it is just going to screw them over worse. If I can't afford to do something and you tell me now I have to do it, like, what am I supposed to do if I cannot afford it? Actually, maybe at the museums too, but only at the tourist attractions did I see guards with machine guns. I know, Danny, I know, we totally forgot, like, the next day right after that, after our last day at the pyramids, we're like, oh! Explanation, including aliens. The money from my overpriced horse rides. Yeah, I mean, each of our horses, we got ripped off, all right? But I'm gonna just admit it. 135 American dollars each for a horse ride around the pyramids. And don't even get me started about that. I've talked about it enough as it is. That would pay for at least 4 catalytic converters right there. Boom. Least good one. I'm not originally from Egypt. I know I have an Egyptian smile, but everyone says that you look Egyptian. Hey, Khaled. You're Egyptian? Do you want to teach me Arabic? I'm not Egyptian, no. Stand up dance, too. Maybe they wouldn't drive if the cheap cars weren't available. Maybe the transport system would be invested in. Oh, maybe like, yeah, like a actual like public transport. I definitely didn't see a lot of that. The only buses I saw were tour buses. So that's an interesting concept. Like, they don't have like trains and buses and subways and, you know, I know the infrastructure isn't there, but I'm just wondering why. Just wondering why. I rode a stinking horse and not a camel. I didn't want to ride anything, Pablo. Don't make me clench my teeth. I didn't want to ride a freaking animal. I'm not trying to support that industry. I used to ride horses. I like riding horses. I don't do it much anymore. I don't even know how I feel about domestication of animals anymore. Quack like an Egyptian. No. Yeah, you could actually hear them laughing and arguing about who is going to rip you off for the horse rides. Danny, stop it. I am American. There's no public transport. Right, yeah, they had Uber. And my Uber, how much do my Ubers cost? So, hang on. They don't have them on their cars. Oh, Nick. So the fact that they haven't put converters on the car means they don't care about breathing. Basically, that's what I think. Nick said she already killed my troll comment before I sent it. Nick, I totally didn't know that was a troll comment. I'm like, Nick? Oh, Beyonce was nice. That was Dan's horse. He named her Beyonce. Brave Eagle says, hello, my friend. Have a nice show. If I follow you, can you follow me also? I can't actually follow right now because I'm on Restream Live. Oh, hi, Eunice. Government or organization has to install the converters. One person installing it won't help if the rest doesn't. Yes, but be the change you want to see in the world. When you're driving around and you're like, my car doesn't stink. Your car smells terrible. That social, like, oh, I got a brand new catalytic converter in my car. My car doesn't smell anymore. I'm saving the planet. That alone makes people, well, so am I. I'm doing it better. My catalytic converter is 1 year newer than yours. Mine costed $101 or whatever. Like, that actually does cause social change. One person doing it. It takes one. That's how they keep you from doing anything. It's like, well, if I don't change my diet, it's not, or if I change my diet, it's not going to help the rest of America. Like, who cares? Just fix yourself first. Did you notice how many electric and hybrid cars were there? 0. I think you have to open a little bit your mic volume. I am getting so loud, I think that if I turn it up, it will be way worse. It could be worse. Look at China. Wearing a mask is a way of life. I don't think they're far from that way of life. I'm surprised I didn't see any masks. I was actually kind of sad thinking that they needed it. We were waking up with like phlegm in our throats. You should go start a firm there to do it, Zen. Seriously, like, why isn't it happening? And that kind of like, people do charities and they're like, oh, let's go feed the hungry. I'm like, oh, so that they can just poop it out and need more food again? What about giving them catalytic converters if you're going to do something useful? I mean, the thing is, they have to learn how to do things for themselves. Why aren't they doing it? That's what I really want to know. Oh, a catalytic converter? It's like so that the exhaust in the car is like filtered. You'd think it would be, well, breathing, yeah, you think breathing is like priority #1 for humans. They're too poor for masks? Black snot. Ooh, we didn't get black snot, thankfully. Thank you, Eagle. You turned your volume up 100%, can't hear you good? Are you guys having trouble hearing me? How's the volume? I can try and turn it up a little, but I was peeking on it last night, and because of this topic, I figure I'm only gonna get louder. All right, we have about an hour to go. I think we're getting pretty good. You couldn't smell the smog unless you were driving. So actually, like on the highways, when people were accelerating, that's when you would smell it. But I noticed like they didn't roll up their windows and use like the inside air on their cars either, which is interesting. Instagram, then breathing. Volume's loud and clear. Maybe on Eagle, if you go from onto Periscope, they can hear me better. So maybe try Periscope or YouTube. Maybe the volume's kind of low on Twitch. I'm sure the dust from the deserts didn't help too. Yeah, but it's, that's natural. Sand in a desert is natural. There's no fixing sand. But the smog, that's not natural. That ain't right. And that isn't just hovering over Egypt. That goes in cycles around the entire globe. Teach a man, yes, teach a man to fish and he'll eat forever, right? Feed a man, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, something like that. Thank you, Gina. We're talking about pooping and smog at 3 a.m. It's 4 a.m. here in New York. Did I cover my head in Egypt? No. That's a good question too. So I didn't have to cover my head. We kept our shoulders and knees covered at all times because that's what we read on the internet you were supposed to do. But I had a pretty good feeling that even if I didn't do that, I would have been fine. No, there was no I didn't see anyone giving me a dirty look for being like a woman with my hair showing. I mean, there's plenty of Egyptian women with their hair out. I saw one woman, definitely a tourist. She was in like a crop top, like a tank top like shirt with like her stomach out and stuff, and I was like, whoa, that girl's brave. I wouldn't do that. It was too cold to do that, honestly. You wouldn't even want to be dressed like that. But I was a little wary of the Muslim culture. Like I didn't want to have, a tank top on. However, I think that's silly too. I mean, I don't agree with it, but it wasn't like we were getting like the once over everywhere we went or anything. Now I did hear that you have to cover your head if you go inside a mosque. We didn't go to any mosques, so I can't verify that. I can neither deny or confirm that. So David says they're at a different stage of their struggle. The West went through the same stage not long ago. When would you say they went through that, David? Hello, roast beef. Can you give me tips on how to stop sucking ass at life? um, Well, roast beef, we talked about that already. We talked about rape, actually, and how to prevent it. Hi, Peter. Hey, Chris. So, we talked about, oh yeah, and then one day when we were eating breakfast, so the other hotel that we stayed at, so we talked about Pyramid Valley. The hotel that we stayed at was Marvel Stone, so that's where you guys saw those really amazing views from the rooftop. Now that getting to and from that area is a little bit questionable. Once you get used to the environment, you feel a little more comfortable walking around, but if I was alone, I would have been pretty uncomfortable, and I would more recommend Pyramid Valley because it's right there at the entrance to the pyramids. If you're staying in Giza. And then in Cairo, we stayed at the Hilton, which was like a 5-star, really nice place. It was like a special last night kind of thing that we splurged on. It was like $100 for a night. I mean, it's different than a 5-star hotel here in America. But hey, Kylo. Approximately a century ago, but the difference is they were economically free to do it. A century ago, so we're talking 1918. I feel like that was so long before they became fiat currency. And if bought high and it drops, don't sell and wait until it rises again. Oh, I think I'm reading that backwards, JL. But yeah, basic economics, right? Don't buy high and sell low. That would result in losing money. Egyptians are cool. They don't care. Ooh, Egypt. Yes, Serkoa. We went to Giza and Cairo, actually. I got back already, so if you check out my YouTube, my Instagram, you can also, Periscope's the best place because that's my primary platform. I go live on there every day, and I did a lot of live broadcasts while I was in Egypt. Hey, Justin. Hey, DBZ on Twitch. Yes, yeah, so I'm just talking about like my takeaways now because I filmed a lot of it while we were there. And one morning we were eating breakfast on the roof there at Marvelstone, and there's smoke, and we're like, ew, it smelled like burning rubber or something. And we look over, and there's like a big smokestack coming out of a building. I don't know what that was, but it smelled up most of the hotel. I was like, oh god, that was gross. So again, I would recommend Pyramid Valley if you stay in Giza, which is right by the pyramids, and I would recommend that. The view isn't as good as Marvelstone, but as far as staying there, maybe even it was like $38 a night for a room in Marvelstone. So if you want to just get a room so you can go hang out on the roof, I would say that would actually be a fine deal. And you also get breakfast too, so you can pick which breakfast you want, the one you're staying in or Marvelstone. I liked the bean hummus they had for breakfast at Marvelstone. Is this my passion? The Hilton was amazing, JL. It was like being in America. Um, Is this my passion? You mean Periscope broadcasting, live streaming? I would say probably philosophizing is my passion, and I get to do that on here pretty freely, so I love that, and I get paid to do it by these amazing people. These are my sponsors from the last 30 days. We're at about $3,000 to $4,000 in the last 30 days. Oh, that blows me away. And Dan, I didn't see you become stream boss, but congratulations. Claire! Claire Means in the house, one of the most talented musicians on Periscope, and I think she actually has earned almost the most of anyone. I think you and Lisa are like the top. I mean, Flash too. I guess a lot of musicians up there, but she's like top 5 super heart earners in the world, I think. Pretty sure. Where's my beer? I don't have beer. I felt kind of like ill when I woke up after sleeping for 11 and a half hours, so I'm just focusing on hydrating until I feel normal again. I'm doing okay, but I'm a little jet lagged. David says he hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. Wait, what? I thought you were educating me. Don't turn on me now, David. I only paid to see my face in the cup. Yeah, Vegan Toast. Vegan Dough is our number 3 sponsor. So now when you send super hearts, her face goes into the tip jar. It's good to see you too, Claire. Did you win? Who won the Sarah thing? I don't know like how they worked out who was gonna win or who didn't. The trip was so awesome, Claire. It was, oh my god, it was amazing. I make how much scoping? Well, in January I made $12,000. 12 something. Okay. But 5,000 of it came from one person, but still, that's still, 7,000 coming from someone else. Danger is a classic song. Flash won, but I was tied for second with 2 others. Nice! That's awesome. Who else did I see on there? I saw Jairus, I saw Calvin, I saw Bananas. Claire missed somebody, but she says hello. That happens all the time. You need like a reply all button. Am I periscoping this as well? Yes, Serko, I am. The Luxor we didn't get to see, but I think I would have loved to see that as well. Egypt is a gorgeous place, but does have its problems. Yeah, exactly. Use the money guns? Maybe. Let's see. What are we at? Nope, we're only at 4,300. So when we get to 20,000 super hearts, I'll shoot off the money cannons. Sarah had like 5 winners because she couldn't decide. Oh, she picked? Oh, yeah, she can't. Oh, thank you, Claire, for the super hearts. 12,000 scoping. Yep. A little bit from my ebook as well. So I wrote an ebook called How to Make Money on Periscope. It's like $20. I've sold 22 copies of those in the past month. You're drowning in the darkness, David? What's happening? Why? What darkness? Would I want to go back to Egypt? Claire, I wouldn't go back to... Dan, stop. You are cut off from Super Hearts for the month. I wouldn't go back mainly because of the air quality, more than anything else. Culturally, I felt actually very natural there. Like, maybe I should have been Arabic. Like, I'm kind of, like, confrontational, and Americans find me to be a little bit abrasive, a little bit, like, direct and a little harsh. But, like, in Egypt, they were just, like, yelling at each other all the time. I was like, this is, like, my family. Not my family, but, like, who I should be in my family. But the air quality, like when we were on the highway and feeling like I had to cover up my face because I couldn't breathe because the exhaust was so bad, and like the smog would be so bad you couldn't even see the smallest of the Great Pyramids. I mean, the thing is hundreds of feet tall and you couldn't even see. It was just, I wish the air was a little bit clearer because I would wake up and be like, being direct is good. Thank you. I just have to be a little bit softer sometimes with my directness. Yeah, the air quality was, like they say that LA has smog. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I've been to LA a few times. Welcome to Africa. Is it like that in all? I mean, probably just the countries that have industry. I feel like there's probably still a lot of even less developed countries than that, but I could definitely be wrong. I know I almost jumped a few times hearing that one dude yelling by the pyramids. Yeah. Did you hear the guy in the morning? Did someone catch that on film? We should have caught that. 6 a.m. in the morning, some guy would just start screaming like you've never heard. You would just be like, oh my god, what's about to happen? Yes, exactly, Claire. Yeah, that was smog. There wasn't like when you walked around, you weren't like getting blown with sand in the face or anything. Like that was smog. There was a few times when we were right by the pyramids, the wind would blow and you kind of felt like maybe you were getting some sand on you, but it was mostly smog. I think that was kind of covering us. Oh, thanks for the super hearts, Gina. Chocolate. Huh? Did he lose his rooster, maybe? No, I think he was praying. I think he was like a holy man. I'm not really totally sure. A movie set, right? I did handstands by the pyramids, which was probably the highlight of my whole trip because that was a dream come true. I've been working on handstands for a long time, and going to the pyramids was cool too. Did I find the call to prayer beautiful? It was, yeah, it was interesting. Like from an artistic point of view, I'm not religious, so I don't really have appreciation for religion and tradition, because I feel like it's a way to trick people and deceive people into getting them to do what you want and having control over them. And it was kind of like eerie, like all the sounds of the voices and everything. Just you're like, whoa, like this is everyone knows what's going on, and I don't know like what's being said, and I wish I did. That was to me, I just wish I understood everything. Like I want to speak Arabic now because I don't like not knowing things. Bob's, thank you, Terminator, whatever your name is. Can you climb the pyramids? The sign says no climbing, but you can climb them unless you're Nick, in which case you get in trouble. And who can say they actually did trivia right in front of the freaking pyramids? Yes, Justin, that was so fun. I was like, you don't know how hard it was to get that scope to work. I was like, come on, we're gonna lose the moon. It was so hard to get the questions on that other phone. The connection was spotty the whole time. Religion is control based. I agree with that, Zen. How could you be saying that? I thought you were religious. Except the second time you tried handstand, the pyramid energy kept pushing you back. It was that friggin' guy, I swear. It's hard enough with an audience, but when someone's there going, do it, come on, you can do it, do it. I'm like, dude, stop. So we went to the next pyramid and I was able to do more. It was just like, I couldn't. Theologically speaking, I'm agnostic, so I don't think we could ever know for sure if there was a God or not, or if we're in a simulation, or if we're like an alien experiment or what. I just know that it doesn't really matter. Unless there's something I can do about it. If you can give me something practical to affect something, let me know. Oh my god. I don't know what that is, but I wish I did. I can say Eliabiella, which means dance, dude. Dance, dude. I can say La, which means no. Sa, which means yes. Salam, walaikum salam, which is like hello. Habibi, which is like my love. I think Mashri or something. I think that means like Egyptian, maybe? So we went to the next pyramid. Hashtag Egypt, yeah. So we went on to the next pyramid and it was good there. It was, Lulu. It was a really great experience. It really was. Okay, so the animals. Yeah, the conditions of the animals. So am I Italian or Mediterranean in some way? I am Italian, yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of different stuff in my blood and I don't really know. Yes, Habibi, Habibi. No, I'm trying. Not really, but I'm going to start trying. The Coptic side of Egypt would be such an interesting side to see. And I'm a mutt, by the way. Okay, so the animals. The camels, they were, like I said already, I thought the animals were going to be emaciated and you were going to be able to see like all their ribs and they were going to be starving and like really poorly treated. I was glad at least to see that they seemed healthy weight. They seemed like they were eating enough. I saw them feeding them like these big they didn't feed them hay like you see in American like pellets, but it was like these green, I don't know what they were. They were like greens, some types of greens, like maybe alfalfa greens or something. I'm not sure. It was like moist, wet greens. Um, they look like long green beans basically, and they would just grab like massive amounts of those and just feed them that and they would eat. And I mean, I looked like, okay, that's like a decent amount of food they just got. I don't know, but I can see them and they don't look emaciated, which I was really grateful for them. Like at least there's enough food for the animals that they're making work for them, because the animals don't make that choice. Although that's up in the for debate, domestication of animals. I mean, even back in Egypt, they had pets. And if you see, like in Africa, they hunt monkeys. And if they kill a monkey that was a mom that had babies on her, they'll actually take the babies and breastfeed them. They'll breastfeed the baby monkeys off of the human breast milk, and it actually works. And just like if we drink cow's milk or whatever. And then the monkeys like live on the women's heads. They become like that's like their monkey mother, and they like live on their heads. I mean, in some way, I think that monkey could probably go away and be wild if it wanted to, but it kind of chooses like, oh, I'm getting free food. I don't have to work for it. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to climb a tree. I just like chill on this lady's head, and she just like feeds me. It's kind of awesome. Yeah, that was a documentary I watched sometimes. One time on Netflix, I think it was. I wish I remembered what it was called, but I think it was like maybe like it was on Animal Planet. It was like weird animal relationships, I think. Maybe it was that. I watch a lot of like weird documentaries and stuff like that. Lucky Monkey, right, Chris? It's a tribe in Africa. I know it's definitely African tribe. And it's like to this day they're still doing this. Wet nursing another species. Indeed, indeed. So domestication of animals is actually somewhat common and potentially natural, which is interesting because it does, industrialization of farming is not natural. I mean, come on, guys. Like I mean, no. There's no common sense to all of your animals are sick and they can't move around, they can't stand on their own legs. That's not gonna be useful for reproduction. I missed what you said. If you were Jewish, I was gonna say technically the Jewish people are Egyptian. Maybe I am a little Jewish. Who knows? Sounds like Venice, California. I've been to Venice Beach a few times. Do they kill the babies when they grow up too? The babies of what? No, the monkeys are their pets. That's the head monkey. Yeah, it grows up and becomes an adult monkey that lives on their head. They don't get to be very big. They were like, I don't know. It was like they were like black monkeys. I don't know what kind of monkeys they were. Do you think human milk might make the monkeys a little smarter? I kind of do. Maybe. Maybe. They do say that environment, affects you. I would say living with humans potentially could help them become more intelligent in the sense that how we are. But I don't know that really works. I don't know if their brains have the potential to do that or not. It's hard to tell. I mean, a lot of animals seem extremely intelligent, but no other animal species is sending a probe out past Jupiter to see like what the conditions of space are. I mean, it's a different level. I mean, it's impressive what animals do, how they communicate, that they have familial structures, and the things that ants do, how they build these huge colonies, and how bees communicate. I mean, it's very impressive, but it's as far as intellect goes and like basically inquiring beyond ourselves, it seems to be uniquely human. You know, occasionally you'll see like a lion taking care of a gazelle, but the gazelle dies because the lion doesn't know how to raise a gazelle, because it's not like smart enough to really figure it out. Does cow's milk make us less smart? Now that is probably true because the cow's milk that we're drinking. Actually, you know what? Baby formula isn't even made out of milk. It's made out of corn syrup solids. Look at your baby formula. Feeding your baby formula, think, what am I putting into my baby as it develops its brain and organs? And corn syrup solids. Great. That's probably supernatural. That's probably really good for human development. We don't fully know what cetaceans, is that like crustaceans? Sounds healthy. Yeah, right. Sounds nutritious and delicious. No substitute for breast milk. I would agree with that. Although I hear many women say that they can't produce enough. I'm not judging you if you didn't breastfeed. I'm just saying that this does seem to be the most natural thing. Let's just feed it Coca-Cola. I mean, honestly, my mom did. Like, I don't know how old I was when I had my first soda, but I know I was addicted to soda at a very young age. Like, I would drink at least one can of Pepsi, Pepsi only, Pepsi family, Pepsi only, every day. And then one day someone said, like, oh, soda's not healthy. I'm like, what? It isn't? I don't know. My mom gives it to me. What do I know? I'm a kid. I only know what she tells me. So someone tells me, I think I'm probably at this point like 10. I'm like, oh, soda's not good? Okay, maybe I should stop drinking soda. So I didn't drink soda like one day and I was like, I have such a headache. I mean, I'm like a kid. I'm going through caffeine withdrawals. Just I'm feeling a little bit emotional now. Just thinking about it. It's so sad. Don't do that to your kids, you guys. If you've already done it, just stop now. They can deal with the withdrawal for a little while. Go back to water. No, dolphins and whales, I mean, they are super smart. Yeah, they are. But again, they're not sending, like, they're not, like, building anything. They don't have factories. They haven't domesticated other animals. My brother was trying to say he was the smartest of my siblings because he was breastfed. But mom said I was the only breastfed one. There you go. There you go. Wait, breastfeeding fed one? Wait, breastfeeding. Oh, she talked about herself? Wait, caffeine headache? Yeah, yeah. Any reasons why? I actually already went to Egypt, T-Mac, on Twitch. So I just got back. I went to go see the pyramids and the Sphinx. Very touristy. I just wanted to see that wonder of the world. And I ended up coming back basically a changed person. My mom gave me soda every day. I had one cool mom. I had a mom who didn't really know better, maybe. Or didn't care better. I still, my mom's still around. I still love my mom, but it's just that, she didn't do a perfect job, I guess. Did anyone do a perfect job? Anyone's parents perfect? That's okay, because now I'm an adult and I can make my own choices to not drink soda. I don't remember the last time I drank soda. Alright, we're talking about the animals. The camels, they had bloody knees. Some of them, not all of them, but I noticed a lot of them were being kept in sand, soft sand, which is probably totally normal for where they're normally hanging out. They kneel, they like kneel down. These other groups of camels that had the really bloody knees, I turned out pretty good. Thank you, Chris. Right? You can't wait to see Mom Taylor. Oh, me as a mom. I was like, you've met my mom, Dan. Egypt is no good. Don't go. I already went, actually, Fa. I turned out perfect. I don't know what happened. So, what were your parents like? Do you want to talk about it? I'm always interested to know like people's backgrounds. I know a little bit about Dan. I know Dan's parents were big on making sure he ate a lot of vegetables and not a lot of junk food. I know Claire was potentially breastfed, but potentially not. I don't drink soda, but I do drink beer. That's true. I do drink beer. It's like a trade-off, right? But I don't drink a beer every day. Okay. But when I do drink beer, I probably have like 2 or 3, so probably all balances out. However, I drink a lot more water than I drink beer. I'll say that much. Okay, all right. Probably a lot of flies hovering around them, I'm guessing. Actually, no, not that I noticed. I didn't see a lot of flies in general. Did the camels have bloody knees from falling? No. So they were bloody because they were kneeling on these stone, like next to the pyramids. There were areas where it was just all stone, like walking, like sidewalk almost. And they were kneeling on that. And I'm like, dude, ow! You could see their knees. I'm like, that's why their knees look like that. Kneeling in the soft sand isn't messing up their knees. It's making them kneel on these concrete blocks, basically. I'm like, what the hell? Again, like, is it good for you to have a camel with bloody knees because now none of the tourists want your bloody camel, and so you're not getting any money, which is the whole reason you're there with your camel in the first place, I would assume. And now your camel might get like an infection, and now you have to do first aid for the camel, or you have to figure out some way, or maybe the camel dies and now you have to go get a new camel. It's like, dude, use your brain. Use your brain. It's not. The knees are bleeding. Why do you think that might be? I mean, it took me all 2 seconds to figure it out. Are women treated different to men there? Probably, but not in my experience. I didn't feel like I was treated poorly by anyone. Did you see a lot of camel toes in Egypt? Oh, yes. I'm glad you asked that actually because the camel's feet are so cool. Nope, I didn't try any camel's milk. Was Nick treated with more respect or no? Not as far as I know, but I'm not totally certain. Camels don't grow on trees. Exactly. Their feet, not only are they huge, but they're soft. Like the way that like, you could see them like these big shock absorbers. You know, like horses have like the hard hooves, and they're like, but the camels are like, blunk, blunk. It's like they're made to walk in the sand. You know, it was really cool. I was like, look at their feet. I was blown away. It was really cool. Okay, so the camels. Then we had the horses. Now the horses were surprisingly, again, they seemed to be well fed, but they were also clean. Like I was not expecting that. Now, if you've ever been around horses, ridden horses, I used to work at a horse farm. You have to brush the horses every morning and like multiple times a day, like if they're going to be ridden and stuff, because they roll around. They sleep laying down. They like to roll around to kind of like itch themselves or just get like, different animals use like sand and dirt as a form of sunscreen, like elephants, so that they keep themselves protected from the sun. So they'll like roll around. So they're dirty. They're like covered in dirt. If you've ever been around horses, I mean, they're covered in dirt. Like you have to go in, you have to like hard brush them, then you have to soft brush the soft places. You have to like you have to like pick out their hooves. I mean, you have to brush their hair. Most of their manes were cut in Egypt. I noticed most of the hair was pretty short. Maybe that keeps them from having to brush it and it getting so like knotted up and dealing with that. And cutting their hair, I don't think that really hurts them. I would assume like if you cut my hair off, I'd be fine. But I was like, these guys are brushing these horses. Someone's brushing these horses. The horses are clean. How are they clean? We're surrounded by sand. I know these horses. I know horses. I know these horses are rolling in the sand. So I know they must be getting brushed, which I was actually surprised. I was like, they're actually brushing their horses. For some reason, I would have just assumed that they would just treat them like crap and not even brush them. So they're brushed, and they're clean. Like I even like was like like the part where the saddle rubs against the horse, it gets kind of like itchy and kind of like irritated sometimes, and it gets kind of sweaty under there. So I was like reaching under my horses and kind of like rubbing in there when he was or she was like listening well, and my nails were barely even dirty. I was like scratching the horse, and it was like I wasn't even getting dirt. So the horse was pretty clean. Hey Harry, good morning. I guess it is morning, 4:30. How many humps do Egyptian camels have? Most of them had 2, I think. I think they almost all had 2. I don't really know though. I wasn't counting humps. I was trying not to make eye contact with the guys trying to sell the camels. um, so they were clean. However, now again, just like the bloody knees of the camels, like they seemed well fed. Maybe the camels seemed less clean. They didn't really seem quite as clean. But the horses were getting whipped. I didn't see the camels really being whipped, but the horses would be whipped by the people riding the carriages that the horses were pulling. The horse is going. The horse is already going. And they'd be like whipping the crap out of them. And it was so hard to be around that. Oh, I just kept giving them all dirty looks like, stop whipping the freaking horse. The horse is moving. The horse is doing fine. Just stop whipping it. Now, what I noticed was that I saw that a lot less with like adults than I did with little boys. The little boys, they'd have like 5 horses and they'd be just like whipping them. And I'm like, I think that's like a little boy thing. Little boys tend to have some kind of propensity towards violence. If you leave it unchecked, if you don't teach them not to beat the crap out of the horse, they might not really, they have testosterone in their blood, you know? Again, it goes back to education, parenting, teaching. Like, why do you not want to whip the horse? Probably because you don't want the horse to bite you and kick your butt the moment it gets a chance. You want to have a symbiotic relationship. You feed it, you take care of it, you give it medical care, and then it works for you. It's kind of like a trade-off. You don't just whip the crap out of it for no reason. Yeah, Doe, seriously, that was so hot. The fact that we got onto those horses, I don't know if you heard me in my scope. I said, I'm like, we should just get off these horses right now. I'm not gonna say someone convinced me not to. And I was like, okay, because you don't want to be like all your friends want to do one thing, and then you're like the person who's like, nah, screw this, I'm going away. Like, I definitely let peer pressure kind of influence that, and they did too, because the person who was convincing me, they were being pressured by the tour guide. It was definitely like, if I had been alone, I know that would not have happened. I would not have gone on the horse. I just wouldn't have. But it was a huge learning experience, you know. And I do actually like riding horses, and I weigh very little, so it's not, I really don't think I'm like hurting the horse by riding it. But you know, let me just leave it at that. I really wish that didn't happen. That is my biggest regret of the trip, is the horses, riding those horses. Absolutely, hands down. If I could change one thing about the trip besides like the smog and the poverty and like the big issues that are facing that country, it would be that we would not have support, because that was the whole reason we didn't want to do it. Not because like, not even with like the morality of domesticating an animal or riding it, but because we don't want to support that industry, because we know they're being mistreated, and we know that our money's not going to like some good person over in Egypt that's going to save Egypt, you know. I would rather give money to someone who's actually going to be like causing positive change. Camels don't put up with getting whipped. They'd buck you off and spit at you. I didn't see a single camel spit, by the way. No, it wasn't you, Sanam. I mean, we're eliminating it now. The person who convinced me already said sorry for it. So I forgive them, and I went with it too. I could have gotten off regardless. So we all kind of like got caught up in that pressure, you know, and I'm just disappointed in us, because it's like, we knew the next day, especially after that happened, we all became, we jokingly say, we became Egyptian after that moment, and we realized they are going to make us do what they want. And what they want us to do is not what we want to do. And if we want to do what we want to do, we're going to have to force it. We're going to have to be Egyptian about it. And the next day, that's when we went up to the pyramids, did the handstands. We got up, we touched them, we got on top of them. That was the best day. I think that was the best day. I mean, that was my favorite day. That was like, I had like emotion from doing the handstands by the pyramids. I was just like talking to the ground. I was like, you know, I'm like absorbing energy, and I just was like, thank you, pyramids. Like, it was just like this whole experience. And that was because we were like, no more. No one helps us. No one tells us what to do. We say no to everyone. I don't care if you want me to ride your camel. I don't care if you want to give me some English tour. No, I don't want your painting. I don't want your freaking purse. I don't want any of it. I just want to go to that pyramid. I'm gonna walk over there, and you're not gonna stop me. So that was all. It was like, because we proved that we could do it, I was like let down that we didn't. earlier, that we didn't embrace our power earlier, because that's the same reason I think some of these Egyptian people are in the situation they're in, because they're not realizing that they have the power to control their life and their experience and their fate, their destiny. Yeah, they said there was no other way to see the pyramids. They told us we could not walk, which was simply just a lie. They were just lying to us. Is Sonam taller than me? A little bit. She's only like a couple inches taller than me, maybe. Damn. Damn. You know I love you, right? I love everyone. I love you all. Why did Dan get in trouble? No, it was Nick that got in trouble climbing the pyramids. I loved the pyramid scope. Yeah. Thank you, Doe. It was better, right? When we could actually go up to them. We did have a good times then. We did. I'm 5'1". Yeah. I weigh like 85 pounds. Friggin' Adol is on his way to Hawaii. Adol. Lying Adol. Oh dear. Hi, little puppy. Did you guys use a tour guide to provide more info about the history, archaeology, etc.? Yeah, JL, but we didn't need that, because basically, like, they just say whatever. I mean, even if you go online, there's contradictory reports on whose pyramids they even are, whose tombs they even are, and what even, like, there's controversy about Egypt completely. Some people think they were Africans, not even Egyptians. Like, it's just, it doesn't, you don't need a tour guide, because nobody knows really what happened here or what they're all about. You can just go up and make your own decision about how cool they are and how huge they are and how old they are. That's one thing that's in agreement, is how old they are. Why couldn't he climb them? Everyone was. It was just like a different part, and no one was really climbing them like right there. So it was just easier. I think like he was there, so this guy was like, oh, I'll just tell this one guy and then I did my job, you know. Useless. Basically, the tour guides are useless because they're just like basically making stuff up. How far would the walking distance be from town to the pyramids? The grand total was like 3 miles. It was like nothing. I mean, it was like a walk in the park, literally. Tour guide was like, that's a big pyramid, that's a small one. He said like the names, we already knew that. He said what they were made out of, which I thought was interesting, but again, like, I don't really care. I mean, I would much rather have gone up to them than stand like a mile away and listen to you talk about them, dude. As our horses are like, they kept feeling like they were about to fall over, because they were like, it's like there's like these big rocks in the sand and stuff. Like, we would have done better walking ourselves. I was like, this is so stupid. I keep going back to the horses, but it was really stupid. All right. Other animals in Egypt. On the roofs of the building, so we had a hotel with a roof that had like, it was really tall. It was pretty much the tallest building there in Giza, like between the pyramids and where we were. So we had the best view. You could see the pyramids, the Sphinx, everything amazingly. It was amazing. That's Marvel Stone Hotel. But again, the area is a little bit questionable. To get to the pyramids, you have to walk through town more. Whereas if you stay at Pyramid Valley, you still have a rooftop with a decent view of the pyramids and everything. It's just that your room's window doesn't face the pyramid. Where at Marvelstone, you can just open up your blinds, lay in your bed, and just stare at the pyramids, which was like my favorite thing to do ever. They're African. Egypt is located in Africa. Well, the Egyptians are like considered like Arabs. They're Arabic. They're not like Africans, like Ethiopian, Nigerian, like African features. We saw a horse fall. We saw a horse fall with a guy on it on a tour. Am I interested in visiting other places with pyramids like Mexico? Maybe. Not on my list yet, but perhaps. Hey, Francois. Sub-Saharan, is that the right term, Lex? Thank you. How's it going, Francois? Good morning. Am I missing some stuff? Any reasons? Okay, no, I said that. Kapow, Aaron. I don't know what you're saying, Wafla, but hello on Twitch. Arabs also are African. What? Not in Saudi Arabia or Iraq or Iran. I mean, that's the Middle East. That's technically Asia. Did I go to Alexandria? No, but some of those Irish guys that we met that one night, they went to Alexandria and put some pictures up on Instagram. What place is next on my list? I mean, I'm gonna probably do like domestic travel. Like obviously in June we're doing LA, San Francisco, New York City with Sonam. I'm always poking Flash about going back to Montreal, meeting him. Everyone just tell him go meet Taylor until he does it. I go down to Florida every year. I probably won't be doing that for a while. But my next big trip, my next big place I want to go is up. There's only 2 places left that are like far on my bucket list. One is Australia, New Zealand, which I think is going to be at least a month-long trip. So That's a big one. That's a really big one. That probably won't happen this year. Then next is Easter Island, which is a tiny little island all the way off the coast of Chile in the Pacific Ocean. It's really in the middle of the ocean. There's like, I mean, it was a little nerve-wracking going to Hawaii, but this is like this tiny little thing just out there, and it's a little bit intimidating, but that's where the heads of Moai are, those big heads, the big stone heads that they built. There was like a tribe there that basically built like hundreds of these heads all around the island, and then they went extinct. People went extinct. No one really knows what happened. So I find that really fascinating, and I would love to check that out. So one of those two, Australia or Easter Island. And then another thing on my bucket list, which is it doesn't actually have a destination in mind yet, is a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I want to go on a cruise. I don't really care where, but that's in the works too. So I'm thinking the cruise might happen this year. I'm thinking one big foreign trip a year is probably enough for my for my system. Yeah, thanks, JL. Yep, Easter Island. And the bodies. Oh yeah, some of them have bodies too. Yep. Australia, New Zealand is 2 different countries. Yeah, but I would want to do them together, obviously, because they're right next to each other and they're quite far away. But I'm not like doing Fiji. Yeah, thanks, Wolf Puppy. Yeah, come to London? Maybe. Does going on my boat count? No, unless we take it to Jamaica. No, I want to go on a cruise ship. I want to really like say cruise ship. I went on a cruise ship, played blackjack. Oh, we went to an Egyptian casino in our hotel, the Hilton Ramses, which was the place we stayed the last night. And me and Dan both won money. We won 50 American dollars. I think I got like 57. He got like 50. New Kids on the Block cruise? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that before. Oh, do I have any moderators that can jump on Twitch? Someone wants to get blocked. Okay, Dan's buying a Fem Yoga cruise ship. I like it. It'll say Defy Limits on the side. And we'll sell tickets for 2,400 Egyptian pounds each. Did I card count? No, but I could have if I knew how. I mean, I kind of know how, but I wasn't really trying. Instead, we were just focused on playing perfect basic strategy. And I was helping everyone there too. But everyone really knew how to play blackjack. It was really cool. Even Sodom, like everyone was like, "Yeah, let's play blackjack." All 4 of us sat down. I was like, "Yes!" I loved it so much. But then when I won some money, I got out of there. Hey, Toxic. So yeah, that was fun. It was interesting. So in the Egyptian casino, they don't allow any Egyptians. You had to have an international passport, and they do not accept Egyptian pounds. They only accept American dollars, US dollars. New Kids on the Block. Did I hit on 16 or no? Only if they had a 7 or higher showing. I play unemotional blackjack. I have memorized the basic strategy that I've memorized, which I don't actually know how many decks it's based on, but I just go off of that and I play perfect game, and I don't always win. Like, I'm still down total because I lost $100 last time I went, and now I'm up 57, so. My blackjack tutorial was the first scope of, oh really? That was a really fun night. We were just doing random stuff that night. The dollar's worth more, that's why. Right, yeah, you'd probably, the minimum bit, I mean, still, it shouldn't matter. You should still, you know what I mean? They're chips. Doesn't really matter how many bills, but, like, Egyptians couldn't go in there. You know, you think they could just, like, you couldn't go in as an Egyptian and convert your money into American dollars. Like, you couldn't convert Egyptian pounds to American dollars. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't convert our Egyptian pounds into American dollars. You thought I did blackjack every night? Oh, no. No. The only time I play blackjack is if I'm, like, with someone, like, it's like a special occasion. You know, I don't go play by myself or anything. I've played blackjack in a casino now 3 times. So, that's it. And I blame Ed for starting it in Atlantic City. He got me hooked. You thought I was a dealer or something? No, I just have a really good memory, so things that require memorization I'm quite good at. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so on the roofs of the buildings, there are goats, chickens, geese, that dude that was spreading chips. Oh my god, yes! You wouldn't have Casino on Taylor Scope. I'd watch that. I know, you can't actually scope a casino. I do know my stuff. You wouldn't have bartered instead of paying for anything. What would you barter? I believe gambling is frowned upon by the Muslim religion. Maybe it was haram. Haram means sinful, halal means clean. So it's like dirty and clean. But we did it, and they seemed that it was just fine. We made money, so I was like, oh, let's run away now. Thank you, Francois. Did you get that guy? Cool, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, there's all these animals on the roofs. I don't know why. It was really strange. Like straight on fully grown turkeys. Just like on this person's roof. There's like a little cat running around. I'm just like, what's happening here? What is this right now? There was a pigeon that made friends with Dan and Nick. Oh yeah, Dan was just talking about in the casino. There was like this guy that came over to the table and he just started putting side bets for all of us. And he would win, but he would bet that we were all gonna get pairs and we were all gonna get like lucky ladies and all the side bets for blackjack, and I was just like, what the heck is he doing? And Sonam kind of looked at me and I'm like, that guy doesn't like having money. He had money, he doesn't want it. He wants to get rid of it. He would bring some goodies to barter with. Again, I ask you, like what? Goats on the roofs. Oh, I love goats. But why are they on the roof? How'd they even get up there? I'm like, what? I know there's no ramp. Like, they walked up to come up here. Like, so how do you carry these things onto the roof? I don't know. Maybe they were born up there. Who knows? Like a converter for a camel ride. You would be completely ripped off if you paid a catalytic converter for a camel ride. Considering a camel ride one camel ride costed 20 Egyptian pounds, which is like less than $1. Oh no, actually, it's just slightly over $1. They are climbers. Goats, I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, they probably have stairs, same way they get up on the roof. It was just weird. I was just like, what is happening right now? There was like, you'd hear like geese. There was these two geese. One goose was just standing on top of the other goose all the time. You just stand on the other one. The other one would just be like, I was like, what's happening? I don't understand. And you see like cats and dogs, wild, kind of just around. Or not like wild, but like stray, feral or whatever. But they didn't bother you. They didn't come up looking for food or anything. Like, if you like called it over to you, it didn't really come. So the animals, it's different there with like pets. Did Sonam bring me any pineapples? I actually brought her a pineapple, a golden pineapple piggy bank. And she brought me this book, My Yoga Companion, which is like a journal to keep track of what happened when you got overcharged for the taxi ride. We didn't get overcharged for a taxi ride. We didn't take any taxis. We only did Hamji and Uber. So this is like a journal so that I can keep track of my yoga practice, what days I felt like what poses I've been working on, and all of that. So this I'm going to save for a little bit because we're doing a lot of series right now we're doing weekly trivia, we're doing weekly food, and we're doing weekly drawing. So I'm going to put this off for probably once the drawing book is done. We'll move on to a yoga related series. Okay, hey Josh, thanks for popping in. New Zealand in the house. We were just talking about New Zealand and Australia. And Francois says, hello, Twitch viewers. Who did Hamji? That was Nick. Hamji kept saying, I love you. I love you. To Nick, I love you. So I'm pretty sure Nick did him. Are those money's guns? They are. These are cash cannons. Just sell the book on eBay. What? This book? What? You mean after I filled it out? Thanks for the super hearts, Chris. Nick's like, I come in and now I'm great. Haram. It is illegal in Egypt to be homosexual. Illegal. Moving on. There was garbage everywhere. This is another thing where it's like, dude, I don't care if you have a dump or whatever. Come up with a central location where everyone puts their garbage. Not just like strewn about. Just garbage here, garbage there, garbage over there, garbage, garbage, garbage. The garbage just like piling out into the street, and garbage all over the roofs. I'm like, what are we doing here, people? Like, we're just like witnessing a complete breakdown of human society here. What is the problem? There's something going on here. I mean, just put your garbage in one spot. Like, don't like spread it out into a nice layer on your roof. It's just, what? Why? Why are we doing this? Thank you, Francois. Yes, that is correct. I know, right? Raoul's like that. So, Hamji, I'll talk a little bit about Hamji. He was our driver. He was basically a con artist. He was extremely friendly right from the jump. Really, like, won our hearts, won our trust, really won us over. And then got us to the point where he said that it was his friend this guy with the horses, and that this was the only way that we could do it, even though we begged him to drive us through, which we saw other cars driving through just fine. But he said, no, you can't do that, which obviously you can, because I see people doing it. He said, no, you can't do that. You have to do this way. You have to take the horse. You have. And then that $135 that guy got from each of us, I would stand to bet that Hamji got paid off of that. Hamji didn't pay for his horse, and I bet he got a little extra money for referral, like a referral fee, a finder fee, for bringing us to this guy, who may very well have been his friend, his con artist friend, his partner in crime. Yeah, wondering how it got to that. Exactly. Did they burn it eventually? The garbage? I don't know. It was everywhere. Looking back, he always had a friend that would give us a good deal. Yes. And like even with Saleh, the guy who took the picture at the Sphinx, I let him take my phone and take a picture of me because I saw Hamji do it. But then I'm thinking Hamji could know this guy. So it could be he could just be like, yeah, like, well, if they see me you take my phone, they'll think it's okay, and then I'll let you take their phones. Now I don't think he could really do anything with like holding our phones, but he could have made a run for it. He could have been like, I'm not giving this back to you unless you give me umpteen dollars. Like, what am I gonna do? Wrestle this guy for my phone? Like, maybe. I mean, potentially jujitsu him, but still. It was like we got so freaking fooled. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to talk about it, but I value truth over my pride, and it's important to know that this kind of stuff happens. Even to someone who I value myself as quite intelligent, the people I was traveling with were all intelligent, and we all got conned and scammed like multiple times. So be way more aware than you even think you need to be. The people that outlawed homosexuality are gay. Maybe, David. Oh, thanks, Fleeka, for the super hearts. You can lead goats on a leash up the stairs. That way nobody grabs them. Yeah, that's probably why. They probably are on the roof so that they don't get stolen or something. That Dan is an idiot. We learn so all of you don't have to. Exactly. Yes. Oh, Darren. Well, I heart your insomnia because that means that you're here with me. Right now, Humji's watching the scope like, no, he's. Don't pick Humji's side, David. You're triggering me. Humji was a scam artist, a good one too, because he made us all love him. Like he was like, "I love you, Habibi." He played this music. We're all dancing. We're all singing. We're family. And then he burnt us, and I was like, "Humji, you're out. You're done. No, stop." He kept trying to do it. Help us with those. No, stop. You know, he ate our pizza. We had leftover pizza from Pizza Hut. He brought it down to the car for us, put it in the trunk, which means we all forgot about it. He drops us off. We get out of the car. We go inside. We're like, oh, the pizza, crap. Oh, whatever. We'll just leave it. Maybe he'll bring it back tomorrow. No, he ate it. He ate our leftover pizza. That's why Egypt is not ready for democracy. It will be pandemonium. Yeah, I don't think democracy is necessarily the solution. They are good at conning people, right? Hi, hello, Kaya. How are ya? I'm getting a little cold. Did the constant honking get to you? No, we couldn't hear that unless you were like outside on the balcony looking down. That was only in Cairo. It wasn't like that in Giza. Giza was like the slums right next to the pyramids, and then Cairo was the city in from Giza, and we were in the hotel the whole time. So the only time you heard the cars honking is if you were like outside. No, he no drink Heineken though. What do you mean? Like, when did he even have a chance to drink the beer? I don't understand that part of it. I'm a little cold, so I apologize. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I have a sweater. I have a sweater. Because I was going to put the heater on, but it's kind of noisy. But I have sweater. Sweater 5-star. Sweater is halal. Oh, crap. Okay. Alright, we have less than half an hour left on the scope. Let me get through this. I'm gonna get through this. Where is city, country, live you here? I am in America, in New York, upstate New York. You have a cold too, Nick? Yeah, I think I might have a little cold. Like when I was eating my 10-star, when I was eating my soup, I was having some like congestion kind of breaking up. And when I was in the shower too, I was having some congestion too. So I might have a little. I figure it was just from like being kind of jet lagged, being a little immunosuppressed. But yeah, I mean, I did get sick last time when I came back from Florida, and I think it's kind of like from the plane. That guy directly behind us on the plane was sneezing like 10 times. I was like, stop sneezing! Of course, he was immediately behind us. We were like, oh, we're all dead. We all have Egyptian colds now. Happens in all tourist areas all over the world, not just Hamji. Okay, 20,000 super hearts. Thank you, Fleeko, for the super hearts. I'm gonna hit my head. I almost feel like it's better because the wall like captures some of them or something. I don't know. And the one next to me was dry hacking. Oh, really? Well, maybe if they served more water on the plane. Instead of assuming we're all camels. Were there any interesting smells? I talked about the smog and how like none of the cars have catalytic converters and the smell of the exhaust was bad when we were on the highway. Flights will get you sick, recycled air. Is the national sport in Egypt phlegm tossing? I think it's camel racing. Do they have a national sport? I feel like it would be camel racing. Hey, Jason. Hang on, I gotta go retrieve my money that I flew all over the room. Oh, actually, there's only this one and this one. Okay. Oh. Oh, God. I'm gonna make a book fall on my head. Define interesting, Francois. Yeah, I don't really remember smelling anything. Oh, yeah, and then that smokestack. I talked about the smokestack, too, that one time when we were, like, sitting right next to a smokestack and started smoking. We're like, blah! We ran away. Camel wrestling? Camel tightrope walking? Pyramid climbing? Oh my god, all the people there must have, like, they start climbing pyramids from a very young age. Like, we saw, like, these little babies. Why can't I do this? Okay, there we go. Babies climbing the pyramids, I swear. They're like 4. Like, okay, one block of the pyramid comes to my armpit. I'm like, how? You found a camel in your carry-on? Like, how are these little teeny things climbing the pyramid? I'm like jumping up. I'm like, what the heck? And then, okay, so there's like a little 6-year-old right on the pyramid. And then they'd reach down and they'd take the baby from the grandpa or whatever. They're like handing babies up the pyramid. Here, oh, I got the baby. Here, you take the baby. And they're like, the pyramids, the ledges are like maybe 2 feet wide. And they're just like running around, jumping up and down. And I'm like, what the heck? Egyptians? Yes. I was like, well, that's probably a good way to keep survival of the fittest going on. It's like, well, if you fall off the pyramids and die as a young child, then I guess you weren't fit to live in Egypt. It's in their genes, apparently. We actually saw someone fall off the pyramid while we were there. They were actually the breastfed monkeys. Oh my god, Chris. That was a good one. That's a really good one. How they hold the lumber up to the roof. Oh yeah, there was like a hotel they were putting together, and they had like these long 2x4s, you know, these long like planks of lumber. And they would just, like, the guy on the ground would hand it up, and a guy in a window would grab it, and he'd hand it to the next guy up in the window. And they were all just hanging out the windows, and they would just pass it up like that. I was thinking, like, that's probably how they do it in America, too. It works. 10-foot boards. Oh, they were only 10 feet? Okay, I thought they were longer than that. They seemed longer. They seemed really long. They seemed like they were, like, longer than one of the stories. Fell off the pyramid. Yes, someone fell off the pyramid and did not get up. I don't know. I mean, they got up eventually, but, like, they stayed down for a while in a crowd. I didn't see who it was. I just saw, like, I could just tell, like, people were like, ha ha ha, and then they're like, oh! No! It's like, I wonder how many times a day that happens. Do Egyptians walk? Yes, everybody walks around like this. Nobody does that. We didn't even do that. Okay. We talked about the tour guides, the merchants, the children. I talked a lot about that stuff already. Tap water. You weren't supposed to drink the tap water or use it to brush your teeth with. And I didn't actually research that to make sure, but I was using bottled water to rinse my toothbrush. And one time I ran it under the tap, and I ended up throwing that away and using a different toothbrush instead. Taxi drivers are so creative in all countries. They always know a shorter drive. Yeah, even Uber drivers do that now, Peter. My Uber driver did that in New York City, actually. Saved me like 15 minutes off my trip, which probably actually helped me to catch my train. I wanted to just walk in front of your camera randomly like an Egyptian so bad. Oh, what? You could have? Wait, what do you mean? They were just doing that? I didn't notice. I just took pictures. I'm not a good photographer or videographer at all. Nick is amazing. Nick's videos and pictures on his Instagram, NickBG50. Oh my god, they were so good. They were so good. It was like he really captured like the essence. Like he got like the call to prayer. He showed like the rooftops and kind of the poverty. He got a good clip of Hamji. I mean, he did some good stuff. How was the food? The food was fine. The authentic Egyptian food I found better than like when they tried to make other food. You know, like I ordered ravioli and I couldn't eat it. It was so bad. I've never had ravioli that bad. Egyptians walk like the band The Bangles. Exactly. All of them, every single one. They're born and they're just like, they come out and they're like, Ka. This is actually an Egyptian thing. Ka is like the soul, the spirit. It's like they believe that everyone is born with this like creative force and they call it Ka, and this is the symbol. Yeah, the kids running up and like being like, oh, I want food, and being like, they nailed this like hurt face, like, how dare you think that I just want your money? Like, I just want your love. But no, they don't. They want your money. They're using the trust thing, the feelings. They're catering to your feelings. They're sophists instead of philosophers, which means they're using cunning, cleverness, you know, emotion and feeling rather than reason and logic, which I think would help them a lot. I think it would help you guys a lot. Everyone. Hey, Dorita, good morning. It would help us all to use our brains a little bit more and our feelings a little bit less, potentially. Hey, Asif. I was in Paris and the McDonald's is horrible. Actually, the Pizza Hut was okay. They didn't put a lot of sauce on the pizza though. It's like a Lady Gaga song. Oh, Lady Gaga has fibromyalgia, I learned last night, and it's like really bad, I guess, lately. I like when Nick tried to pinch the pyramids. Yeah, I like think. Oh, thanks, Austin, for the super hearts. Are you saying you're here for the cash cannons? Yes, you are, because you just have 40,000 super hearts. Thanks for the super hearts, Austin. Keep hitting my head on this thing. I moved where I have myself located. Money went in my mouth. Hey, look, I have a money hat. Let's see if I can maintain it. Money hat. Money hat. Two money hat. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's still there. Oh, it's still on my shoulder. Okay, that's enough of that. My cat's looking at me like, can you stop? When are you gonna stop? I don't. You're gonna have to ask Asif, okay? Ask him when we're gonna stop. Just in time. Well, he actually made it that time, but yeah. That's kind of his thing. Him and Dan both. They come in, I'm here for the cash kids, and they leave. No, Dan doesn't usually leave. Because Dan is nicer than Asif, obviously. Just kidding. Asif, why didn't you come to Egypt? Was that all the money? This was fun. We should do it again sometime. Yeah, exactly. I'll see you in like 24 hours. Did anyone take your picture and try to sell you prints? No. Saleh took our pictures and tried to get it to become our tour guide. Like he just tried to start like leading us around, and then he was gonna basically probably be like, all right, that tour was this much money. He'd be like, what? No, we thought we were friends. We thought you were just being nice. And then also when you took pictures, sometimes like if someone's camel was in the picture, they would try to get you to pay for the picture of their camel. You want a picture of the camel? I'm like, no, your camel's in the way of my picture. You can move your camel if you'd like. I'm not paying you for the pleasure of having your camel in my picture. Yes, Danny, everyone always says we gotta bring these to the script club. Oh, and thanks for the super hearts, Danny. I don't know if I caught that. Dates didn't work next time. Okay. Actually, that's another trip I want to take. I want to go to Chicago and meet Asif. Hey, Guntown. I already went to Egypt. I went to see the pyramids and the Sphinx, and I just got back 2 days ago. I had one guy try to draw me in Cuba. He didn't even know how to draw. It was like stick figures. Oh, no. And I bet he had like a bunch of really high quality portraits like hanging on his little stand. Like, yeah, I did all these, I swear. Hey, Flico, you became the stream boss. I'm so delayed on stream bosses, but congratulations. All right. So, tap water. I think, Dan, did you brush your teeth with the tap water one time and you didn't have any, did you have any digestive issues or anything? I don't mean to get too personal. He didn't photobomb. The camels kind of did photobomb, yeah. No cash cannons, no Asif. Well, Asif, if you want to just, you know, send 20,000 more super hearts, be more cash cannons. Just kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not. The camels would photobomb you, then charge. Exactly! It was just a small notepad. Wait, what was a small notepad? Don't come empty-handed. Oh, I won't. I would never come to Chicago empty-handed. I'm ready to go. Oh, me and Dan won money at blackjack in the Egyptian casino. Are you proud of us, Asif? I'm proud of us. But I was okay. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. All right, so yes, so that pretty much confirms. Do not brush your teeth with the tap water. You want to use bottled water. And what's cool is on Egypt Air, on the flights that we took, they gave you a toothbrush, and it's like a really crappy toothbrush, like this little tiny thing is like a rock solid bristles. But I learned the hard way: bring that with you, because if you accidentally run your toothbrush under the tap, you have to replace it. And what are you gonna do? Go to the store and buy a new one? Chris says that explains your scope. Hello, Dorita. That is hilarious. Oh my god, Danny said the same thing. I missed the second comment. Oh, I did? Wait. Oh, crap. All I do is win? I saw that one. Sorry. This? I don't know. If you go to Chicago, go to Second City. Friggin' hilarious. Actually, I've been to Chicago, but I don't know what Second City is. I've only seen, like, the Bean, the college. I, like, walked around. Oh, Dan said he had no issues. Oh. Where did you get the cash cannons? I want one. Thecashcannon.com. Actually, I think we got ours on Amazon, but you can also get them at thecashcannon.com. Last night, Shirley bought 2 cash cannons and my ebook. That was fun. Anything else? Oh, I talked about the beer. There's only Heineken or Stella, and then occasionally Sakara, which Sakara was the best one. Heineken is disgusting. Avoid it at all costs. We talked about haram versus halal, you know, sinful, dirty haram versus halal, which is like clean. It's almost like halal is like kosher for Muslims. You know, kosher is for Jewish people. That's like halal for Muslim people. I'm not even sick like y'all, lol, invincible. I know, Dan slept like 5 hours last night. Sonam slept for 13 hours when she got home. Can confirm Second City is hilarious. What is it? Is it like a comedy club? Didn't you get a set on the plane with a toothbrush? Yes, Peter. That's exactly what I was just saying. Hi, Travis. Then how do you explain that scope, Dan? Okay, so I talked about where to stay. I recommend staying at Pyramid Valley when you're at the pyramids. And the Hilton Ramses was amazing if you want to do a little splurge night. One night's probably... If you stay at the Ramses Hilton, make sure that you reserve a spot in the lounge on the roof. It's like Opia, I think it's called. We weren't able to get in because we didn't make a reservation and we didn't know that we needed to. Isn't Second City like improv? That sounds amazing because I love comedy so much. You miss Egypt? I miss you too, Sonam. I don't really miss Egypt so much, but I do miss being with you guys. Second City is where Mike Myers, Chris Farley, etc. got their start. It's improv comedy. Hell yeah. Asif, do you like that kind of stuff? Because I would love to do that. We could do that and then the casino after. Come on. Oh my god, let's plan this. Who wants to go to Chicago and do this with us? Many great comics started there, Francois says on Twitch. That's awesome, you guys. This is awesome. And then my insane jet lag. So when I woke up, I chugged a ton of water, and that helped with the headache, and it helped me to wake up, because otherwise I would have rolled over and went right back to sleep. I slept for 11 and a half hours, and I was ready to sleep more, which would have been really bad, because I was hungry before I even went to sleep. Like, you need to make sure that you eat and drink water when you're that jet lagged. Did they wear socks or just sandals since it's so hot? It wasn't hot. It was cold most of the time. They wear, like, normal shoes. I didn't really see sandals, I don't think. I was wearing sneakers. I recommend the Hilton, but rooms without connecting doors. Yeah, it was weird, like, where we were at the end, like, there was, like, 4 rooms all connected on the edge, and that was crazy. Wait, too much? You're crying? Wait, what? What's happening? What is happening right now? Sonam, Chicago. Let's go. Tina Fey started there too? Oh my god. You know, I've been watching on Netflix, comedians in cars getting coffee. That's an interesting one with Jerry Seinfeld and all the nice cars and the different comedians. It's kind of interesting to see the different comedians in like kind of just a natural hanging out kind of environment. Hey, Wolf, welcome back. We are just about to the end. We have about 10 minutes to go on this broadcast. And yeah, so the places to stay, Pyramid Valley. Oh yeah, I said it, right? Yeah, Pyramid Valley. Marvelstone, I would, if I was going to do it again, I would get a room in Marvelstone just so I could hang out on the roof and maybe have breakfast there so I could watch the moon set and the sun rise over the pyramids. But I probably would stay at Pyramid Valley. Did you see the one with Miranda Sings? No! Oh my god, it must be coming up. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go watch that right after this. Does anyone have any questions about Egypt? I would recommend traveling with at least one other English speaker if you don't speak Arabic, just for comfort, really. It's not completely necessary, but for comfort. Hey, Sean, when do they pay you for this scope? Wait, who? Cashcannon.com? I went to Second City and was crying laughing. So funny. Oh my god, that's awesome because improv is so hard. It's an old one. Watch it. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm watching them on Netflix. They're all old ones. I will watch it though. I'll watch it when it comes up because I don't want to miss any of them. I love comedians. I love stand-up comedy. That's what I did for my bachelorette party. We went to an all-female comedy night. It was like all women comics, and that was really awesome. Except my dad, who got too drunk, and the comedians started yelling at him. They're like, "Sir, can you please shut up?" That's my dad. Yeah. It was on Crackle. What's Crackle? What is Crackle? Is that like Egyptian Netflix? How many Egyptian pounds do you pay for Crackle a month? It's like my last few times talking about Egypt. So we covered a lot of this. I do want, oh yeah, I said if we had some time we could research the government. Quick governmental research. Egyptian government. That's not how you spell government. There we go. No, not like back in the day, like right now. Oh my god. It's free? What do you mean free? What's K-popping? I love that your dad was at your bachelor party, right? And he was buying our entire, oh, Crackle is free. Oh. He was buying the entire table of all my friends and female family members. He was the only guy. He decided to come. And he was buying us all drinks. Like, too many. There was, like, full drinks left on the table afterwards. I'm like, Dad, stop. Okay, present day. Egyptian government. Egypt has a constitution that was adopted in 1971. It defines how the country is ruled. Let's check it out. Adorable, I guess. It says that there will be a president, and the president will be elected every 6 years. Oh, thanks for the super hearts, Asif. Asif, what are you doing? Asif, what just happened? Oh, stop doing that! Asif doesn't want to hear about the government. He's like, stop talking. More cash cannons. Thank you, Asif, and super hearts. It's so violent over here. They come back and they smack me in the face. I believe we're overdue for some cash. I got you. You know I got you, Asif. I know everyone was missing the cash cannons in Egypt. We got all these super hearts stored up. Dan, is that you? Who's doing that? Was that Chris? It better been somebody who wasn't Dan. Dan is cut off from super hearts for the month. If you see him sending any, please block him. Just like Sonam blocked Vito last night. Dan, stop! At least let me load them again. You should see my cellar of how much alcohol I've been given over the last 10 years and I don't drink. Oh, that's interesting. You don't drink at all, you mean? Or you just get so much that you can't drink at all? You need rehab? Seriously. It's both Asif too, Sonam too. You guys are all generosaholics. It's like you don't know when to stop. Thanks for the super hearts, Grizzy. See, Grizzy did like a normal human amount of contribution. Not like some kind of weird alien from Planet Generous. Generites? I don't know, Generosians? I'm not sure. That's like Rastafarianism, but with giving people your money. I'm making myself laugh. Maybe I should go to the friggin', what's the name of the place? Second City. Get my start. You're on a budget, Grizzy? Smart. That's how I'm gonna pay from now on, cash cans. Yeah. How much is it? You like load it into the cash can and shoot it. I love that idea. I would love to scope myself doing that. I need to hire Nick to follow me around with a camera, and then I will do that, and he can film it. Because he's much better at filming than me. I rarely drink, but once every blue moon I drink. You like to drink blue moon, or I keep getting phone calls. What is going on? At 5 o'clock in the morning? Sonam blocked Vito? She did. It was by accident, but we all know the truth. Do you ever sleep? I swear you're keeping trucker hours. Hey, Mustang, you are our most recent sponsor. You actually are a moderator now because you sent enough super hearts to get yourself on the list. So you're on the list, and now you're a moderator, so you can block people for me if you like. You have the power. If you're going to leave the country, make sure you say you're from Canada. I'll live longer. You mean I'll live long? I mean, I lived being an American, but I think they know if And they knew we were Americans. No one was like, are you Canadians? I news to support Sonam Divbot or she'll bully me. You news? Oh, need? I like Divbot Sonam. It's 10 a.m. here. 10 a.m.? Oh yeah, I forgot you're in the UK, Zen. I don't know why I think you're American. No, it's a saying. It's rarely. I know. I know it's a saying. I was kind of trolling it. Let's thank all the sponsors for making me pay money. Okay, Dan, first of all, no one made you double match. Asif, did you know that he did that? Match day was a couple days ago and Dan matched. And we got $275 because I was traveling like the whole day and I wasn't really able to promote it much. And we knew it was going to be like a low match day. So instead of sending $275, he sends $550. And now he's saying thank you for making me pay money. That's your own choice, you generosaholic. My content is now all run by Dan, so whatever you see on this channel, you can just blame Dan for it, not me. Actually, blaming Dan has been a trend way before he was like my #1 super heart sender. It was just like blame Dan for everything that happens. You blame Dan for the bad stuff and you blame Taylor for the good stuff. I think that's what we agreed on a few months back. Stop sending super hearts. Can somebody please block him? Can't. Why did I not know about this? It could have been amazing, Taylor. Yeah, I know, Asif. I know. I was like, you better hope Asif doesn't notice that it's match day. Thank you, Ryan. I hope you have a beautiful day as well. Probably won't touch it. And it was Dan. Super Hearts gives me power. Wait, match day already happened? Yes, it did. We don't have dollar bills in Canada. I need a cash cannon that releases loonies and 20 coins. Good morning, Ed. I have Canadian money. Oh no, it's downstairs. I don't have it with me, but I have Egyptian pounds. Oh, let's do that, because it's Egypt scope still. It's over in 5 minutes, but Ed made it just in time for Egypt money. How did you sleep? I might have kept him awake a little bit long. That's okay. Did the repairman come, Nick, for the machine? Good morning. So, 10-pound Egyptian note with the Sphinx. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. Nick's like, crap, is it 5 a.m.? Nick, are you still at work? Are you home now? In the back. Get to the gym. Yes, Dan, you're such a good Taylor. I love this. I love my friends. The 20-pound Egyptian note with the chariot and some carvings, some ancient carvings. The repairman lives in Canada. Oh my god. I have about 2 pallets of wine and half a pallet of spirits, and it will be there in 10 years. Yeah, I only drink beer too. And, oh cool, you're taking screenshots. Tell me if you need me to put anything back up on the screen. Mustang said, be nice, I have the power. Do you know how to do it, Mustang? Do you know how to block? For, block, like, with the egg bot? Because you can block them like you normally do, but this way you can block on my behalf. So you can, like, block them as if I blocked them, and it'll block them from the broadcast so they can't come into my scopes anymore. You're still hungover from the Super Bowl? I swear it felt like I was hungover when I woke up after that 11.5 hours. I promise you guys I didn't drink any alcohol at all. I was just hungover from, like, being awake too long or something. Nick said he's in a hot bath with hot tea trying to kick whatever's happening with his sinuses. Aw. Poor baby. All sick with the Egyptian flu. This one's pretty. I think this one, the back of it. And finally, the 200-pound note. I don't have the 100-pound note. That one was one of the cooler looking ones, but I didn't have it. Tap, really? I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah. So if you want to do it, Mustang, what you'll do, you don't mind a beer once every so often. Nick or Dan, can you demonstrate on each other how you would block someone? Sonam said she's definitely not doing a meditation scope right now. How come? Fly, eagles, fly. Yes! Yes. Yes. Napoleon Dynamite style, anyone? Dan, stop. Change from super hearts to normal hearts. See there. Okay, you see that? You see that, Mustang? See how Nick and Dan, see how they put, you tag the person, so you want to hit like reply to the comment. That'll pull their name into the comment, and then just space hashtag block. That will block them. Now, I like to kick them first. Hashtag kick is kind of like a first warning, like, dude, you can't say stuff like that. You'll be blocked. Here's your one chance. And then if they keep doing it, then you can block them. So you can do hashtag kick as well, which blocks and immediately unblocks them. Yeah, I think my nose is having a little thing going on. Or Nick will fall asleep in the bath. That's true, because he actually did do that once during your meditation scopes, didn't he? Oh god, I love it. Oh my god, Egypt. I miss it. I miss our life, like our experience. I don't really miss the country so much. I don't know why that didn't work, Dan, but it was a good attempt to try to show him how it works. Yes, good night, wolf puppy. I hope you sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Sweet dreams, all that jazz. And that does it. 2 hours, 35 minutes. That brings us to 3 hours of content for today. Dan, okay, we're ending this broadcast because Dan needs us to end this broadcast. We're really close to 80,000. I don't know what to do. Give it like 5 more seconds because, yep, okay, he went overboard. All right, stop sending them. That's enough. I'm just going to do this and we're going to end the broadcast. I'm not even going to clean them up because you're out of control. This has been a moment. Wait. Thank you, Dan, for the super hearts. I forget what I'm doing next. I'm saying super hearts. I'm not cleaning them up. I'm not. Egypt, yes, Egypt. We got everything. Lock. Yep, got it. Taylor, but with me, you went straight to block. No kick, no punch, no slap. That's true. I did. That's true. Sometimes you just feel on the block. But I unblocked you, so that's okay, right? Remember? Oh wait, I'm missing some stuff in Twitch. My butthole itches. Tell me a story about your itchy butthole and I'll donate $20. A story about I itched my butt crack on the plane and I wondered if Dan noticed because he was sitting next to me and I was like, did he see me just itch my own butt crack? So if you're gonna donate $20, famyoga.com, click support. There's a story about my itchy butthole. Ocean and Messiah, what's going on in here? There's money everywhere. Talking about itchy buttholes. I am doing good, Kyle. Thank you on YouTube. Francois on Twitch says many Americans travel with maple leaves on their clothes and pretend to be Canadian to be treated better. What do you think these hearts are for? Thank you for the super hearts blessing. Thank you everyone so much. You're all amazing. And I hope that you guys have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow for 3 more hours of content. And if you're on this list, let me know what you want to see. You want yoga? We definitely need to do some yoga. You want yoga? You want, reading where you have to read some books? I got my Leap Motion controller so that I can now move my arms with FaceRig, but it's super glitchy. I have no idea how to make it work. It makes, like right now, if I try to just like lift up my arm at all, it just goes like it blocks the face. It just it looks terrible, and the hands like all like jacked up. It's like this, like it looks ridiculous. So I have to troubleshoot it some more, but I'll get it working and we'll use that too. Dan wants to see butt scratching. Okay. How's that? Why am I cleaning up? Stop. Ending the broadcast on itchy butthole. Definitely didn't see that coming. Good point. Remember, you are all worthy of being loved. And I don't say where I'm from, Mustang. I just say that I'm from everywhere. So wherever you're from, that's where I'm from. Dan. 90,000. 90,000 is just one super heart, or one cash cannon. Quick! It's not happening fast. Actually, I don't need all the money in there. I only need half of it. Half. Oh my god. Oh, I hate you so much. Now I gotta go over here and get the money and went over here. You guys, I don't understand. I don't understand. Dan, don't you have work? Don't you have to sleep? Don't you, have bills that you have to pay with your money, not just fem yoga? Hamji? No. La. Dan? La. La means no in Arabic, if you don't know. Trolling with love. You created this before. Anonymous did this to me last month with freaking $1,000 sponsorships. Sponsorship trolling. You're welcome, Peter. Thank you for being here. Dan, will you stop? I can't even keep up with you. Dan, I'm gonna block you. Don't make me block you. Thank you for the super hearts, Dan. What's the money on the side? Those are my sponsorships from the last 30 days. And they're all the Periscope usernames. Asif, will you control him? Will you tell him to stop? Will you tell him the broadcast is over? And I want to go eat spaghetti? No, I don't want spaghetti. You know what I want? Diner food. Let's go to the diner, you guys. What the? I can't! You guys are at 140 already. I can't. I'm already 2 cash cannons behind. Stop. Now it's becoming stressful. Who is Mustang? He's a Periscope broadcast, or a Periscope viewer. I banned that guy and his comments should be deleted. Oh. The butthole guy? But why? Oh, there's still money in this one. What the heck? What's happening? Why? I didn't even fully discharge that one. Put ranch on the spaghetti? I don't own ranch dressing. This is absolute chaos. Okay, good night, Mustang. Thanks for being here. This is the first dance. Okay, there's no money left anymore. I looked down the barrel of the gun. Did I hear sponsorship trolling? That's not a thing. Oh yeah, no, that was just some anonymous person that did that one time. That was it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. I mean, I was there. It was a thing. It was definitely getting trolled. It felt like trolling. It felt like I was gonna cry, and sometimes trolling feels the same way. So I'm pretty sure it was trolling. Now let's see if we lost any money. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is not good. We're missing a lot of money. Oh god. Oh wait, there's money under me. Wait. Money everywhere? Oh god. It's costing me money to shoot these cash cans. Oh, I see some over there. Stand by. Oh my god. It's like when we had this idea, Dan had this idea in Atlantic City to get these cash cannons. We never could have been prepared for how Asif! 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 2, 4. Missing $60. Who knows? Who really knows where it could be? Oh, there's one. Okay, missing $40. Maybe under here? No. Is it on the bookshelf? Up here? No? Oh, here's one. Okay, now we're just missing 20, unless I counted wrong. Let's count. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8. We are missing 20. Well, now I'm like, now there's only 20 to find. I feel like, yeah, boom, we got her. We got her. No 20 left behind. We need this for Chicago's casino trip. Guys, I don't even want to look at what the totals are. I'm just going to keep lighting off the cash cannons and just assume it's time for more cash cannons. What about sleeping? What about eating? What about blocking you? Both? At the same time, I guess a good business person would not block their sales. They would just say, thank you so much for your amazing generosity and patronage, and just let me know how I can increase value. You want me to itch my butt some more? Because I know you like that. All right. Thanks for the super hearts. Dan, Asif, everyone, thank you. Mustang. Ah! Oh, it's so satisfying when the money just rains down on me. I'm just like, yes. Maybe I could do this all night. Who needs eating? Team no sleep. That's fine. I mean, I already slept 11 and a half hours. Hey, Catchy. But money was in the butthole. It kind of was, Darren. It kind of was. That's often when I can't find it where it is. What was I saying? Who knows? Who knows? It's very distracting. Okay. Money. I see money over there again. Oh, I'm hungry. That's it. I don't want to sleep, but I'm hungry. We could just PayPal it. Yes, you could PayPal it. femyoga.com if you hit support. Hey, Amy. Everyone's like, what's happening in here? No one knows. No one. It's like what happens when you get Dan and Asif in a room together. That's why we have to get them to Chicago together, and we're gonna make it rain on the casino. But really, the casino's gonna make it rain on us. Let's see if we got it all. What do we think? We're missing $2. $40. What do you think? I just pull money out of my butt? Yeah, I'm up so early. I think I'm up so late. I think I'm just up in general because I don't... Oh! Boom! They're both right there. Cash cannons aren't allowed in casinos. Come on. Every time you run out of chips, you just give them a little trigger. Egypt was amazing. Totally changed my mind about a lot of things. Not necessarily changed my mind, but it really it triggered my brain to think about poverty, solutions to poverty, solutions to governmental abuse. Actually, we were reading about the freaking Egyptian government and Asif, look what you started. You triggered Dan. Now he's triggered. There's no stopping him when he's triggered. I saw the scopes, yeah. Yeah, did you see Sonam's scope? She scoped more than I did. She captured a lot more of it, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cash cannon paraphernalia. Okay. Now I have 14 coins. Can I give half a heart, please? No, you may not. Alright, so we did 20 and 40. Okay, so we're at 160. Let me just silently do this quick before they notice. And remember, you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's been a moment in time with Taylor. Thank you so much for all the super hearts. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, awesome. Dan, you're the top Super Heart contributor of the broadcast, and you did double match day, and you're my top Super Heart contributor of all time. You're amazing. You protected me in Egypt, and you didn't even care when I itched my butt and put my legs on your tray table. So you're obviously like the best friend a girl could have. Asif, thank you for the Super Hearts. You have a problem. Nick. I say that in the nicest way. Nick, thank you for the super hearts. Also protected me in Egypt, and you're like the funniest person I know. Totally appreciate you. Stop sending super hearts, Dan. Thank you, Danny, for the super hearts, and everyone who had to leave before I was able to say thank you. Flico, Jeremiah, Claire, Chris, Humji, Beautiful, Angelina, 64 Chev, and Andy Cruz. Thank you so much for all the super hearts. You guys are amazing, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and thank you for the hearts. You, Benji, Zen, you, Brian, Justin, Lampy, different people interested in Egypt. Nope, we're not getting to 180. We're ending it. Thanks for watching. You're all worthy of being loved, feeling comfortable in your own skin. This is moment in time with Taylor. Bye! Go to femyoga.com. Click support. No, I'm not waiting. You wait. No waiting. Nope. We need more cash cannons. No, we're not at 180, are we? No, we're at 176,475. Does anyone want to argue that point? I'm not trying to, but I can't, there's no cash in the cannons. We're already there. 200K. Wait, Nick says wait. Bye, Peter. $194. I feel like Sonam. I feel like Sonam and Vito right now. I feel like we're having a Sonam and Vito moment. Is that a thing? I think it's a thing. I think it's became a thing. I'd like to speak with my lawyer. Listen, I didn't end it, okay? Don't speak with your lawyer. I plead the fifth. God. Asif! Did you do your taxes yet? Asif! Asif, I didn't do my taxes. I'm doing them on Thursday. Can we just remember how much we have to pay in taxes so that we stop this madness? Dan, how about you? Did you do your taxes? Dan probably doesn't even have to do his taxes. Alright, well, let me hydrate a little because I'm not a camel anymore. We've gone too long. Yeah, I would say. We've gone way past the point of return. The point of no return? I said the point of return. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. What happens at 1 million super hearts? 1 million? What happens? I open Bob's. I open feet. Obviously. You need to find some new tax loopholes, right? Go to bed. Darren. You go to bed. You're the insomniac here. Hey, look, I captured it all without having to search high and low for it. You're surprised he hasn't blocked us all? Wait, who? Who? Dan or Asif or Ed or Nick? Who? You're surprised? Oh, Darren? Wait, who? She has amazing bobs. I felt them. That's actually true. She actually did. And then she sent me $100 and said, thanks for letting me touch your bobs. Can't deal with this. Whew, all right. I see 196,455, right? Right? Is that it? Do I have to run this again? Asif, I would block you if you hit on me or something. The microphone is acting up? Am I being too loud again? I'm technically a hooker. Well, those are stripper cake hearts that Asif is sending right there. That's what I call them. It's like when the stripper pops out of the cake. Asif, thank you for the super hearts. Angry. I'm angry at you. Ow, that one paper cut my knuckle. Asif, that was rude. Why are you doing that? Shh. You're gonna break the microphone. Ow. Ow. Oh, is there money falling out of my hand? You can't see it, but it hurts. Kiss it. Kiss it. Punch you in the face. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Okay. It's a good round number. 200. Y'all worthy being loved. You're amazing. Thank you. I'm just playing with you guys, but I really, really, really appreciate that you find value in what I do. Asif, Dan, everybody else. 218. I haven't been trained properly with cash cannons. Open itchy butthole. I see 200, 451, so I'm going with that, Nick. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm not seeing it, and it's too much. It's been too much. We're gonna run this again. Bye. Dan, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fudge? What? Why? You're gonna break the microphone. I'm gonna break the microphone. You're gonna break your ears. Is it doing that thing where it's beeping? You think I miscounted? I think you miscounted. I think you freaking... You're back toxic? Asif's attorney's coming after me. My phone's going off. I got Asif blow me up. It's like, I demand a recount. You know, you sound like Scott. Mystique always demands recounts during trivia. 2 endings to the scope so far. I know. Why are you saying 300? I don't understand. I feel like I'm gonna cry. This is not right. You guys are torturing me. You guys know I can't, like, turn away money, so it's not right. Like, all the other people, they're so nice. I'm like, well, I love money, and I can't, like, legitimately as a business owner be like, no, I'm gonna end my scope while I'm getting money. Like, I'm just gonna leave it here. You're just gonna stare at the bookcase until you decide to stop. Roll the credits. Stop having to... You know, well, Sonam, if I didn't touch your boobs so many times, maybe I wouldn't gotten so many friggin' feelings. Asif, stop. Stop. Asif, stop. Stop! Stop! Okay, 300. Boom. Stop. 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 Okay, I'm not even gonna count it because we already have multiple cash cannons to go. This is just... I can't cash cannon fast enough. How do you guys tap super hard so fast? I guess it only takes 10 taps to get 10,000, so... Thanks for super hearts, awesome. Okay, grab it. It's like a race against time. How quickly can we load the cash cannon? Oh, we should time ourselves. Go, go, go. I swear I saw money go away. It's okay. You guys aren't counting it. You don't know. Stop, stop. You got. Wait. I can't let off this many cash cannons. We need a solution to this. It's too many cash cannons. It's not enough. There's not enough time in the day for that many cash cannons. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We just quickly load them. I don't even remember what number I was at. Was that 220? Or 240? I think that was only 220, wasn't it? Holy shit. We're calling it 240 because you guys are out of control. Okay, 260. Next with super hearts, Dan. Awesome! I'm gonna start shooting myself with the money. See if it'll take me out. Alright, somebody time this one. Ow! My elbow! I'm getting injured. This is not fair. Okay, okay. Stop! The first Asif is here. Asif, how many Asifs are there? It's like my worst nightmare. I'm just kidding. It's like my best nightmare. If this was a nightmare, it'd be the best nightmare ever. I'm sweating again. Hang on, wait. Everybody stop tapping for a second. I'm gonna need a much larger cash can. I need like a legitimate cannon-sized cash cannon. Like, I just like light it and be like, I don't know what's going on either, Dara. I'm just gonna do this because I don't know what else to do. Oh my god. At this point, it's like, what, every 50,000, every 100,000? Like, they just do it until they get bored of doing this? I was gonna shoot at myself. Oh god, I'm starting to push buttons on the computer. There's stuff happening. There's too much. There's like, I'm ignoring people on Twitch. High-pitched noise is better now. Okay, okay. Cash Prox, here comes the stripping. No, no. I was just kidding when I said I would open Bob's at $1 million. That was a joke. I said it was a joke immediately. Don't send your lawyers after me. I'm not opening Bob's. Get out of here. Okay, but I am opening feet because it's getting so crazy that my sock is opening feet for you. So get out there, sock. Don't get out of control. We're not at $1 million yet. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Just can't. You didn't hear the joke? Ed, you trying to get blocked? Don't make me block you in a rage. There's fingerprints all over my cash cannons. Ed's in the room. Ed is in the room. I don't know what that means. Ed's been in the room. Ed's been here for like an hour, hasn't he? Thank you for the surprise. Oh wait, I'm gonna shoot myself. Okay, here it comes. Ready? This is what you guys make me feel like. Wait, I'm angry. It hurts. Okay. Why did that come out so fast? That hurt. It hit me right here in the nostril. Sliced me. She blocks, don't test her, right? Ed, of all people. It's like the finale of a fireworks show. Someone had an amazing time in Egypt. Well, I feel like I'm having a more amazing time right here on my bedroom floor. So I moved my location of where I'm sitting because of the light. I always sat with the light behind me, and that makes no sense. So I decided to move, although I think this location is just as bad. Yes, some people block for me too. Yes, Asif. What's happening right now? Giveaway? No, Adam. Well, I mean, maybe friggin' we'll be at when do I do giveaways? Every 10 million? If we'll be at 30 million before we know it. We'll be doing another giveaway. Do I have all the money? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just stop. Asif, what are you trying to get me to do here? Like, what you think I'm gonna sit here and do like 100 cash cannons? I'm not. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna do 100 cash cannons. I feel like I've already done 100 cash cannons. What? I'm hungry. I want spaghetti. What are we doing? What else can I do with these? Wait, how about behind the back crisscross? Oh my, is that Fleeko? Get out of here. Or is that Vito? No, I think it's Fleeko. Only on Twitch today? You're gonna hit 1 million, now Vito is here. It's Fleeko! It's not Vito, don't let him trick you. Thanks for the super hearts. That was a fun one. This is exactly what I'm expecting cash cannons for hours. Thank you guys for the super hearts. I know we're having fun with it, but I really do appreciate it. It just blows me away. I just don't even understand. I really don't understand. I like things that make sense to me, so if you can explain it to me, that would be great. That would be awesome. In the meantime, I'm just going to clean up my money and shoot it out of some guns again, which seems really counterproductive, but apparently it's quite productive. I'm going to pull the money out of my butthole. My Leap Motion did come. It's right here. Tink, tink. I can't get it to work, though, so we're working on it. We're troubleshooting. I don't even know. I feel like I don't even. If we hit 5 million, I'll sponsor $500 right now. How is that even a good deal? 5 million. Okay. If we hit 5 million, Ed's gonna send $500. Where's the next Super Heart trip to? Oh, Super Heart trip. That's an interesting concept. Camels. Thanks for the Super Heart. I just realized I don't really want to have my tongue out for this. Whoa, look. Whoa, look, it's captured. They're captured well. It's like captured in one of my tangles. Alright, I'm not gonna load that money back up. We're gonna see if we can keep it in here. It may be time to read a biography called I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can. What? You have not got it to work yet. Wait, what? Asif on Fleek? What is that? What is an Asif on Fleek? It's like the two combined. And they're like it's like Optimus Prime. It's like too powerful. No. Awesome. It's a giraffe. Is it a cartoon giraffe? It's like Steph's giraffe. Oh, because that's Asif. The giraffe's named Asif. Oh my god, thank you guys. What's happening right now? What's happening? Ed, why'd you trigger them worse? Asif already triggered Dan, now Ed's triggering them. I don't know. There's the first million. Yeah, that's it. Your beard is growing. I know. My beard is growing. We're all gonna have white beards by the end of this broadcast. It's never gonna end. Thanks for super hearts, Asif. Okay, that one made me happy again. It's weird. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Like, we're frustrated and then I'm happy. And then it's like, ooh, the cash cannons make me happy, the cash cannons hurt me. You just don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. Cash cannons on fleek! It is. It's a trap. I think it is a trap. I'm pretty sure I've been here like a half hour longer than I was supposed to. But is it really a trap? Because I'm making money, so it doesn't really feel like a trap. It feels like I'm winning, and these guys are like gonna be coming to me for money next week. Like, hey, can you help me pay my bills? That'd be great. If you guys need someone to help you budget your money, let me know. Magnifique girls. There's just one girl. Un girl. I can't. Oh yeah, Asif on Fleek became Extreme Boss. Is that what you guys are fighting over right now? If the market keeps crashing. I mean... Oh wait, here's the thing that Asif taught me to do one time. Oh, it sounds like it's breaking it. Thanks for the super hearts. I smell. I need deodorant. I'm sweating. It's too much. All right, let's recount our money. I don't know if we have it all. Let's see. Where's my cat? My cat ran away. He doesn't like cash cannons. Shoot at the camera. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 1. Thank you, Fleeko. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3, 2, 4, 6. We're missing $40. Where do you guys think it is? There's one. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? Good morning, Miki. Oh, there it goes again. This is Hotel California. Yes, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Where do you guys think it is? Marie? Oh, are you saying Mary? No, I'm not gonna marry you. I'm already married. Oh, I am married. Is that what you're asking? Where is it? Where are you, tricky little 20? Come on, I know you. Oh, there we go. On the windowsill. Okay. Guys, I'm getting progressively hungrier. It's gonna turn to hanger. I don't even know how many more times I should do this. Like, a lot? A lot, as far as like that. Tronum, get out. Where's Sonam? Sonam, tell Tronum to get out. Tronum. That's more correct. By the way, her name's Sonam, not Sonam. I didn't know that, but now I know. Thanks for the super hearts. Who is the most recent one? Fleeko! It's so entertaining every time. See if you guys can keep her from eating. What's wrong with you guys? You guys are sick. You're sick. You're sick. It's like a game. Forever? Thanks for the super hearts. You beautiful bottom shelf pineapple. You're very lovely. You smell great. You know, like a pineapple that's like a little bit too far gone. It smells so good. You'll settle for 48 more times. Okay. Who is Asif on Fleek? Asif? Is that Asif? Who eats spaghetti for breakfast? Taylor eats spaghetti for breakfast, and Taylor woke up at 8 p.m., so it's not really breakfast. It's dinner. I don't know. So Minnie Taylor looks a little like you. She has mini cash cannons, too. Oh, yeah, Toxic. Let me see her. Like a tainted pineapple. Tainted love. I don't know that song at all, actually. Thanks for the super hearts. Tronum! Tronum! Don't let me shoot off the super hearts without all the money. The super hearts? These are not super hearts. These are cash cannons. Oh, my God. That actually felt really good. It was kind of soothing to my brain. I don't understand. You guys want to go to the diner? Because I want to go to the diner. This is ridiculous. The diner opens in 15 minutes. What are we doing? Why are we here? Why are we still here? I am Fleek. Fleek is with me. We are all Fleek on this day. Actually, I do think that's right. I do feel pretty fleeky right now. I feel happy. I feel very happy. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay. No, wait, don't break the microphone. I'm sorry. Did I break it? I'm sorry. I do feel a little gay. Anybody else feeling gay? Just wondering. Look for a friend. Oh no, I think the cash can's starting to break. At 2 million, we need to run through the house shooting cash can. I know, but I can't bring you guys with me with this camera. This is like being on drugs without the drugs, right? So gay. Dan's like, I feel super gay. It needs more flair. You're like 60 cash cans behind. I know! Alright? Shut up! This one's definitely breaking. Oh god. That's not good. I guess we'll just shoot off cash cannons until they're no longer functional. And then we'll need new cash cannons. But it's okay, we'll have enough money to buy them with the Super Heart money. Misfire! No. They don't like to be shot upside down. I need to load it with Monopoly money? Why? How would that be better than real money? Francois, tell me. Tell me why your idea is better than mine. If you need help with Leap Motion, come hunt for me, lol. I have some business meetings to go to. Wait, how do I hunt for you? Where do I hunt for you? Oh, wait, hang on. I got 20s. I'm downward facing dogging. Over to 20s. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. We need a full-length ad for the cash cannon. Look at my hair. Look at every... This scope is becoming lower and lower quality as we progress. Easier reloading? Wait, why would it be easier? Thanks for the super hearts. I don't know who's in the lead right now. Awesome, thank you! That one wasn't fun. I forgot. I was supposed to be doing different stuff. It's like at this point, it's just like you just gotta shoot them off. You don't even have time to think. You just gotta shoot. You just got a cash cannon. You gotta reload, you got a cash cannon. You gotta reload, you got a cash cannon. It's like, there's nothing else you can think about. What are we gonna do? Creative ideas? Why don't you guys come up with creative ideas? Like, why don't I... Ooh, I have an idea. It's a really bad idea. Like, this is what happens when I come up with the ideas. Alright. It's called Options on Bitcoin. You're killing me. You haven't run the end theme for a while. That's true, Rocky, because we're way behind on cash cannons. Alright. I don't know if my idea is going to work. We're going to try it. You have an idea, cash cannon? Oh, you're a genius! You're a genius. Alright, it's a bad, I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. You're not going to like it. I should shoot the cash towards the cam. Okay. Alright, a couple people have said that. Let's do that one first. Thanks for the super hearts, Dan! I love when I giggle like a little girl afterwards. I'm like, hee. I'm cleaning up on this sell-off. Really nice. Brilliant. At what point does your husband question what's going on in there? I think he could probably tell. The cash cannons have a very distinct sound. He probably assumes that Dan and Asif are going crazy. Or Ed. Or Sarah. It's not like it would be the first time. We'll knock off 100,000. Oh, you're so kind. I love how Ed's talking like he even gave a single super heart. Oh! Oh, I thought I just blocked Asif on Fleek. That would have been bad. Trivia Cash Cab Cannon. It's Christmas in February. That's true, it is kind of like Christmas in February. Oh god! I just closed. Okay. I closed OBS. We're back now. If I hula hoop while cash cannoning, it's worth 3 cash cannons. Nick! That is thinking like a true friend. Maybe. Potentially. Steak dinner. Oh, I have steak in my fridge, actually, but I still want to go to the diner. Alright, I think that counts. I think Nick is right that it does count as multiple cash cannons if I do it while hula hooping. So, don't look at that. Look over here. Okay. I can't actually see myself, so we're just going to have to see how this goes. Hula hooping. I can't see myself, so hopefully I'm standing in the right spot. How do I do this? I got cash cannons in my hand. I can't even get it going. Alright. Thanks for the super hearts! Alright. I think that counts. That counts as extra because it gets me up on my feet. Gets me working. Gets me move in, although I don't get to see all your comments and everything because I didn't move everything this way. I just turned the camera. So I can't see myself, can't see comments, but I can pretty much guess what's happening. Why is my stabilizer over here? Okay. Is that enough money? I think so. Alright, let's do a few more like this and then I'll come back and check in on you guys. We'll do this until I don't feel like doing it anymore, basically. Now I'm really working up an appetite. I'm gonna trip over my yoga mat. Alright. I can do it. Alright, there we go. Nope, that didn't work. Oh wait, okay, wait. Alright, we salvaged it. Thank you for the super hearts! I'm trying to see comments. Humji on fleek. Get out of here, Humji. What's happening? Why are there still super hearts coming in? Aren't there limits? Aren't you guys being limited? Is that why you're coming in with all these accounts? Oh my god, my nose is running. I think I'm sick. I think I'm allergic to this. Can you guys even see me? Or am I under the camera? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But I know it's fun. Alright, alright. One more hula hoop. We'll see how it goes. I don't really like not seeing the comments, so this might be a little short-lived. Ta-da! Let's do it. My cat's sitting out there like, what in the actual hell? Oh, I still don't know if you guys are actually seeing me when I do this. But thank you for the cash cannons! They're totally misfiring. We got it. We got it all out. Alright. I'm gonna come back over there, see what's up. You're all a bunch of schmucks. Can I just say that? Is that grateful enough for you guys? Alright. Last one. I'm not sick of the hula hoop yet. This is the last one. I can tell. I'm too hungry for this. So this is the last one. And here we go. Enjoy this because it's our last hula hoop, okay? Oh! The money. Oh no, the money! Wait! No! There's no money coming out of anywhere. Why? Okay, well, we said we would go until the cash cannon stopped functioning, so we might be getting there. We might be getting there. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I don't know what's happening. There's no money in this one, so it came out somehow. I literally see like 3 bills on the floor. What's happening? Oh, there's money over there. Oh, God. There's a bunch of money in here. I don't know why this didn't want to come out. Looks normal. Alright, there's money over here. Oh, I can see comments. I'm still like 15 behind. You blame the user. User error. You're rude. Send hearts for new cannons. Exactly, Bruce. I can barely scroll through comments. It's getting so delayed. Cash cannons exploded, backfired. Exactly, like, what's it going to take to satisfy you guys? Someone send a repairman, quick! We need a cash cannon repairman! Stat! Alright. Alright, I still want to try one more time with the hula hoops. Let's just try it. No, wait, okay. Oh, wait. Don't want to shake these. No, get back in there. Wait, no! Stop coming out when I'm not ready for you to come out yet. Okay. Now don't you come out, okay? You wait. Wait until I'm ready for you. Okay. How did I do this fine and now I can't do it at all? Wait, no, wait, okay, wait. Wait, this is okay, at least it worked. Oh, it's so challenging. It's hard work. Hard work hula hooping and cash canning. I think I might be the first person in the world to do this. Anyone want to verify that information? Would you like to Google hula hooping cash cannon girls? See what you find. Can you hear me? I'm losing energy. I'm like losing steam. I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting out of ideas for cash cannons. Let's count the money. Wait, can you guys see me? Hula hoop away for now, kids. Had enough fun. Oh, what the hell? It came back at me. 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, a 400. That's all of it. Look at that. That's a sign. It's a sign that this is over, maybe. I have a headache. I need to drink more water, you camels. I'm just going to call you guys camels. It's a lot of verbal abuse if you want to feel appreciated by me. Okay, let's turn it around, shall we? Let's see what's going on back at the bookcase. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, I'm still getting super hot. This is ridiculous. Oh god, the tripod. Wait. Wait. No. Okay, cash cannons. Just go over there for a second. You're fine. You're fine. Alright, tripod. Tripod. Don't do this. Okay. Here. Good. Whew. That was some work. Whoa, and I angled it up really high. You're a giraffe. Oh, instead of a camel. You're a bunch of camels. I'm a giraffe. Thank you. You got me there, Asif. You got me there. You are a giraffe, aren't you? Oh my god. It's healing my soul. It's healing my soul. I have to pee. I'm hungry. I know you guys have sent so many amazing super hearts, and I want to just sit here and just receive all of the love. We're over 1 million. We're at 1.4 plus million super hearts. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Give you? Hamdi, water. A giraffe who likes cash cannons. I know you like cash cannons. Like I said, you have a problem. And thank you for the super hearts. This is the last cash cannon. I have to take a stand. I love you guys, and I totally want to just sit here and shoot cash cannons off and get 5 million super hearts from you. But I know it's not good for my health. And as a health coach, I have to practice what I preach. And sometimes I have to cut myself off and make sure I don't overdo it. And know that I feel so much overwhelming love that I can barely hold my body up anymore. And Dan and Asif, we gotta do Chicago. Dan, if you don't make it, I know I'll see you again soon. But you guys are awesome. I feel like my friends have changed. You know, I've really, my circles have elevated. I have amazing friends. They're smart. They're generous. They're awesome. Miss Cannibalist, thank you for the super hearts. Please don't trigger them. Don't give up. Give up what? I'm hungry. I struggle for success. Champions go until the end. This is the end. What the fuck you? Guys, don't guilt me into saying that's so mean. You guys are so mean. Somebody bring me food from the diner. Someone go to the local diner. I need some eggs. I need some English muffin. I need some muffin. Some zucchini muffin with butter on it. I'm gonna need that real quick. I'm gonna need some hash browns. No, I don't want a pizza delivered to the room. To the room. Like, literally, I'd be like, the door's unlocked, pizza man, just come on in. Bring it up to the room. Get a sandwich, then come back. Now only 523 cash cannons remaining for tonight. It's a crumpet. Oh my god. Nick became British. Sounds like a Doors song. I thought you were the chosen one. Holy F words. Nick just had tea and crumpets. What's happening right now? I don't know. Wait, what about eggs? Someone said eggs. I'll drive there and bring the eggs while you guys work on 5 million. Ed, don't play with my emotions right now. Bring me eggs. Send food or swap. What the fuck, cash cannon? I don't know. What the fuck, cash cannon? Ew. Sorry, I was reading the Twitch comments. You came to see photos? Oh, check out my Instagram. Thanks to the super hearts. Remember that night I did 2 days of content in one scope and all we did was shoot off cash cannons? Everyone's like, why did they pay you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they just like cash cannons. Because I say here I provide content and they're like, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna need some cash cannons. Oh, you want to talk about the government in Egypt? Oh yeah, then I'm definitely gonna be sending super hearts so that you don't talk about that, so that you can just shoot off cash cannons. Because I believe we're overdue for a cash cannon. I'm gonna send my lawyer. Nick's in the bath, eating tea and crumpets. I don't even know if you can eat tea. The Arabic word for tea is shay. My brain is just short-circuiting right now, I think. I am live on YouTube and Twitch. Should I poor Taylor? Seriously. I am being abused with money. It's a strange feeling. I'm sure you will continue with cash cannons and dreams tonight. I probably will! Because super hearts. Oh, that one hit me in the nose. That one didn't hurt though. It was just a little love tap. A little boop. A little boop on the nose. I got comped rooms at the Borgata for 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. Well, Dorita wants to go to Atlantic City, excuse me, in the summer. So, maybe we'll do that. Do I use the Restream chat client? I do. That's exactly what I'm using, DG. Thanks for the super heart stand. Dan, remember when we talked about rehab? Remember when we said you were cut off from super hearts for a month? Remember when that was after you sent about 10,000 super hearts? I told you to stop. Remember that? Remember like 2 million super hearts ago? Do you remember that? It was about 3 hours ago. I remember that. And you said you need rehab. And now you're having a relapse. Should we talk about this? I need chapstick. I'm drying up. Becoming a camel again. Dan can't be cut off. Like, is it because I tell him to stop? Like, should I say, please send me super hearts? I love super hearts. Please send super hearts. Guys, I need super hearts. I need them. Please. Please send more. Dan, why aren't you sending super hearts right now? What the heck? Dan. I just wanted super hearts. It's working. Egypt style. We're trying to break. I think I've been broken. I feel broken. I have 1.5 million so far. I'm aware of this. It sounds like you don't need super hearts. What's wrong with you? I know. It's reverse psychology. Dan is popping out of gifts. He is popping out of gifts. Twitch and YouTube can't send them. That's true. What is that? Freaking awesome. Stop. Stop with the giraffe. The giraffe. You stop. Dan, stop. Stop. What? Look, the cash cannons are getting worse and worse at their job. Literally, the little wheel is like, what? These things are only safe for like 50 discharges. I'm gonna have to go back and count how many times I shot these off. 700,000 more to 25 million, and then it's 25 million party scope. We should do a 25 million party scope. What do you guys want to do? Should we go somewhere? Do something? Maybe I can find an event going on locally. Thanks for the super hearts, Asif and Dan. You guys make this channel possible, even though I'm totally like hangry and getting angrier every second. I really do appreciate it. From the bottom of my black heart that feels nothing, I have a lot of love for you guys. Lurking, little glimmer of love in there. Asif, get out of here. Stop. The first Asif comes back in. It's like the worst thing you've ever seen. You know, there's like sometimes you're excited, Sometimes you're just freaked out. Sometimes you're just like, this is never going to end. Like, I thought that I was only going to be scoping for 3 hours today, and now I'm going to be scoping for 10 hours. And I didn't have this planned into the schedule, and I didn't have, I didn't tell my grandma that we weren't doing yoga today. We're definitely not doing yoga today. I'm supposed to be doing yoga with my grandma in like 8 hours. It's not happening. And you know why? Because of Dan. Because of Asif. Because they hate grandmas. They hate my grandma, and they don't want her to learn yoga, and they want her to continue to gain weight. They want her to continue to lose range of motion in her joints. They want her to continue to struggle with her drop foot. Dan, wait! He's still sitting super hard as I say all this. I don't understand. It's definitely Dan and Elsa's fault. I see this. I'm well aware of whose fault it is. Does Grandma have cash cannons? I didn't think so. This is an angry cash cannon. Be nice to Grandma. Whoa, that's cool. I have to take a picture of that. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to show you where the money landed on the camera. No, not go live. I'm like going live on Periscope now. No, I don't want to go live. Probably break the scope. Okay. Oh, no, it fell. I tried to line up the shot too perfectly and I missed it. It landed like a cross, like that on the camera. That was awesome. It was like Canon blackout. Oh, it was? And why are you still in here? Are you still trying to trigger them? I look like one of your teachers, Nuri? Oh, I'm not a teacher. I'm a yoga teacher, but I do most of my teaching online. Okay. A lot of money went behind you guys on that one, so stand by. We got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40. More than half of it went over there. It's $400 total, if you're wondering. It was 500, and then I took 100 to Egypt. 500,000 to reach 25 million. It's within reach. Yes, it is. That's pretty amazing. 25 million. What road? We're on the road to. What's Sonam at now? 44 million. We're on the road to number 2. Miss Sonam 108. We got you in our targets. Wait. What sites? We got you in our sites. That's the word. They stopped you. Could go if you really wanted. Well, I know I could go if I really wanted to, but it's not like I'm gonna punish them for sending them all at once rather than sending like sparklies for the entire night. So thanks to the super hearts, guys. Wait, this is for Sonam. Sonam, we're coming for you. How long did I go? For a week? Yeah, just about. We did 4 nights. Keith's from upstate New York as well. I made a goal of 50 million for you in the next 4 weeks. Thanks, Ed. I can always count on you to push me way past what I think is possible. Same goes for Asif. Same goes for Dan. Dan, as a friend, I'm going to have to say, I thought we were friends. Near the capital, yes. Oh, near Albany. That's how Southerners say it. Albany. Okay. Not as much money went over here this time. I'm coming back. I'm coming in hot. My socks are still falling off. Pretty sure Jairus Cook would love this. Why don't we just troll Jairus while we're at it? I mean, why not? I can't see why not. Show me your socks. Come on now, open your bobs now, baby. Show me your feet. I swear I just want to peek. The force is strong with me. Thank you. The force is strong with you, Dan. Thank you, Asif. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm just, maybe I should just embrace it. You guys made me feel guilty for not embracing it. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing you. And Flash, we're coming for you too. I don't want money in my tongue. Okay. Bobs will be open to 5 million. No, I don't have any Bobs to open. I don't have anything that I could say are open Bobs. Something named Bob? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure Dan and Asif don't want to see my Bobs. They would probably send 5 million to not see my Bobs. You guys, I'm going to open Bobs if you don't stop sending super hearts. Or feet. Most people don't really like feet. I will open feet if you don't send super hearts. Alright, that's it. Look how dirty they are. I just took a shower. It is done. What is done? 1.875. Wait, what's done? Opening feet? Oh, you want to see open feet. Or you want to see Bobs. I knew it, Asif. I knew that's why you sent so many super hearts to people. You're just hoping that they'll show feet. I knew it. Asif, I knew there was something about you. He's a foot troll. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Did I disinfect that cache? No. But I have infected the entire room with it, every surface. Hearts for feet. Yeah, see, look, I said I was going to open feet if they stopped sending super hearts. And they stopped. What, you guys want feet? You want to see me eat a sandwich? I don't have bread. Thanks for the super hearts. How am I supposed to eat breakfast with your feet on the screen? I guess you have to leave the broadcast. This count seems to be off. What do you guys have? Do you have it at 2 million? I think the broadcaster always is on like a delay with the super hearts on what they see. But you guys can tell me. I trust you guys. As long as I know you. Well, I guess a lot of you are trolls. That thing scares you? Oh, my feet? Then just eat some lunch meat. I also don't have lunch meat. Lunch meat just sounds gross for some reason. Alright, a little bit of money over here. Dude, my computer is like melting hot. It's so hot. It's like, why are we still going? Super fans are gonna like this for replays. You see 1.9. It's over 2 million. Oh my god. The Cash Blaster is called a cash cannon. Well, thank you, Asif and Dan, for my first, I think this is my first ever 2 million Super Heart broadcast. My leap motion thing's freaking out. It's causing error messages on the screen. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't think I've ever hit 2 million before. I know other people have, but I don't think I have. I think I've only had 1 million, so you guys just made history. Now I can go tell the people at the diner about it. Get a laptop chiller? Maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I need a Dan chiller and an Asif chiller. I think these are Dan and Asif chillers, actually. It helps them to feel calm. Please show us your feet again and I'll happily follow. Oh, Fran Da Vinci. Why do I even open myself up to this stuff? I have no one to blame for myself. I always put my feet all over the screen. 3 million and she seriously won't be able to eat. Ed, stop. Thank you for the super hearts, everyone. I would love to eat. Eating would be awesome. Stop that. Laptop cooler work. Good. Thanks for the super hearts. Is it better when I shoot it at the camera? It seems like it would look cooler. I don't know why I don't look at the camera when I do it. I just look at you guys. Like I can see your reactions. I feel your reactions. I feel you guys like, yay! At home. Cash cannons! That's your high-pitched voice. That's exactly what Asif and Dan sound like. If you don't believe me, watch Dan's replay. You opened all your pants? Can you close your pants, please, Dan? I don't understand why your pants are open, but I don't know. And Nick said that's what she said. I don't know the joke. I don't understand. Yay, cash cannon? I don't know. Oh, gosh. Why is this so tiring? It's because I'm still jet lagged and I don't know what's happening. You guys know I'm going to sleep for like 15 hours. You guys aren't going to see me for 48 hours. I'm going to go die after the scope. I didn't even think I was going to be able to do this scope. I almost went to sleep instead. The scope's gone for 3.5 hours. It's about an hour longer than it was supposed to go, so that's not too bad. The FBI just called you? OMG, what's happening right now? What's happening? Officially 2 million. I believed them, but I think we were at 2 million. The hearts are turning black. Do you guys see that? Be respectful of myself. That's okay. I'll sleep that long too. Dude, me and Nick are on the same sleep schedule. I woke up at 8. He woke up at 9. I said, how long did you sleep? He said 11.5 hours. It's like me too. Went to bed at 8:30 in the morning, got up at 8 p.m. It's not healthy to be on a plane that long. Yeah, it was odd, but it was fine. Sleeping was difficult, but it was actually surprisingly fine, being with people that I knew. Cream cheese time? Ooh, maybe. Can you try tickling your own feet? Do you like having your feet tickled? Francois, do you want to get rid of that guy? That would be cool. Whatever you do, don't mention the cash cannons. Thanks for the cash cannons. I mean, thanks for the super hearts. And the cash cannons, Dan. Ooh, it's fun to see where the money lands. It always lands in a different spot. I'm cold again. I'm cold. We need a sweater. How have I still not peed yet? The excitement. It's the excitement. It's helping with the Kegels. TMI? Probably. Screenshots. Oh, you guys are trying to get screenshots of the cash cannons in action. Action shots. Action Jackson. Sorry, I keep probably breaking the microphone. How many times have I broken the microphone on the scope? Just once? Dan just got swatted by the FBI. Dan, are you live? Can someone check on Dan? Dan, are you calling me? What's happening? Dan, are you? Dan, what's wrong? What's happening? My sweater's over there. Who's doing that? Who's doing this? I can't even scroll around, but thank you for the super hearts. Oh, I can see over here. Dan? It's Dan? I don't see, I'm seeing blue hearts on my screen. I think these are old. Asif, you're the stream boss. Oh, it's Fleeko. Dan's okay? Good. I'm glad. Because you have him in your lair, Fleeko? I don't understand. Am I starting to get hungry? I think I finished getting hungry. I think I'm not even hungry anymore. I think I'm cold. I'm cold and a bit confused. I'm a bit shocked. But it's awesome. You know, processing was a good word for this, because when we were in Egypt, I felt like I wasn't really processing everything. Go and eat. Well, Bruce, I'm working. I will eat. Don't worry. I'm not going to starve. I ate before this broadcast. Cash cannons lead to food eventually. Exactly! Cash cannons always lead to food and other resources. Cash cannons are step 1. Step 2, trigger cash cannons. Step 3, profit. Vito on Fleek wants to break 3 million without Dan. Okay. Okay, Fleeko. Wait, 3 million? I'm too hungry for 3 million. I'm like at a 2 million level hunger, you know? Like 2 million is perfect satisfaction of my hunger. 3 million would make it impossible to eat. And I like eating. Eating sounds great. Eating sounds fun. So therefore, feed me. If you guys start talking about food, I'm ending the scope. Sonam, are you waiting for me to go live? You guys, can you please tell me to stop so that Sonam can go live? And then you can send her super hearts. How's that? Does that seem fair? I think that's fair. Sonam, don't say what you think you should say as a good friend. Just let it happen. I'm trying to escape. I've been trying to escape for an hour. See, Nick wants eggs. Egg, Nick! I almost called him Egg. She's gonna go live while tidying her room. See? She's here snacking. You left to order pizza. It took ages. If you guys talk about... Okay, this is for you, Nick. Bruce? Stop talking about food. You found bean hummus recipe? Ooh, can you send it to me for... I'll try it on Friday, maybe? Is it just like black bean and seasoning? Does it have chickpeas in it too? Is it black beans and chickpeas or just black beans? Or is it even black beans? Is it a different kind of beans? Black beans have good protein. They use black beans as veggie burgers a lot. Sonam doesn't have cash cannons. Unfortunately, it's not the same. Sonam, put cash cannons on your wish list. I'm laying here watching you and typing a blog post till you finish. When will I finish? I would love to know. You're gonna have hummus soon too? Nice. You get super hearts for blocking Vito. Exactly. What are your super hearts at now? We were talking about that. I shot some cash cannons at you and told you that we were coming for you. It was fun. 44.244. So that's what we're gunning for. I texted Mr. P. I told him to make you eggs because you're working on a 5 million heart scope and you're going to be a while. And what did he say, Ed? I don't want eggs from here. I want diner eggs. I want lower quality eggs so that I can eat it with more carbs than we have available to us here. Oh my god, Francois said, damn, I'm hungry. I'm going to grab something from the kitchen. Do you want anything? He went back to sleep. Sounds about right. Francois says, you guys are putting Taylor in a new tax bracket. And I really hope that's not true because I hate taxes. So can you guys just like keep me just right below that level? I'm just kidding. I want Marble Stone eggs. Oh, no, I want Egypt Air eggs. Either one would just be the worst. I'm cold. I have to pee. I'm hungry. Someone wants to go live. Now we're being... I can't scroll through the comments. Nick says he wants pineapple. I'm gonna brush my hair. I'm gonna put a sweater on. I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Any last words, you guys? I love you dearly. Just make a charitable donation to the Cash Cannon Fund. It'll be fine. What is happening right now? Cash Cannon Fund. We already financed the cash cannons. Oh god. I should brush my hair out of stress. We should depreciate the cash cannons over 20 years. Cash cannons are an asset. Working is so boring. Oh, my work is quite entertaining. Oh look, Taylor has a hairbrush. Oh look, guys actually own a hairbrush, unlike Egypt. Are we setting a new record for most Super Hearts in one scope? No, we're not even close to that. Lisa and Yo Pickles have both, I think, oh no, Sonam got like 8 million, didn't she? Or that was in one day, not in one scope. Sonam got 8 million in a day. And then I know Pickles and Lisa have both had broadcasts over 3 million. They're kind of worn out. The cash cannons are priceless. Yeah, they are definitely getting used, abused. Kind of like me. I'm not getting abused. It's a joke. I know I'm not getting abused. This is all, I'm speaking in hyperbole here. Am I changing you? Am I changing in front of you? Because I feel like maybe that is happening. Because it's like the next day, we gotta get ready, we gotta go to work. Seriously, I missed the gym because of Dan and Asif distracting me. You missed the gym? Ed! Stop! Don't they have 7 a.m. classes? You don't climb half a mountain? Oh, challenging. No, I'm not challenging you, Dan. Dan, you've done enough. I am programmer and designer, but I love, but clients annoying, plus sorting DJ job out. Oh, cool. You probably have a lot in common with Flash. Ed, get to the gym. Yeah, how could you leave this? He said, my apologies. Ka. I have a headache. I need this. Stop, Ed, stop. Dan, please send me super hearts. Will you please send me super hearts? Asif, please. Guys, please. It's the surefire way to get them to not send super hearts. Jazzy's quitting Periscope. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Let me help you. Let me help you by not going live, but then Sonam's gonna go live. I don't know how to help you with that. You love him in a non-gay way. I love Flash in a non-gay way as well. Ed, get to the gym. Think of your blue vest or whatever. Oh, blue vest. The app actually blocked me. Yeah. You've only maxed out like 10 accounts on this broadcast alone. Why do I feel like this is like up higher than it normally is? Oh, because it was like wedged under this thing before. Oh, I broke it again. Crap. Well, now I can afford a new friggin' tripod, I guess. A new friggin' tripod? It's okay, Dan, and also this makes Taylor so happy, even if she won't admit it. No, I have admitted it many times. I said thank you so much. It blows me away. It's making history. It's changing my mind as to what's possible. but at the same time, I stick with what I said in the beginning when I first said goodbye the first time to Asif when I said, thanks to Super Hearts Asif, you have a problem. I stand by it. I did call them camels as well. You freaking camels! Dan, you maintain top contributor of the broadcast. Thank you so much for the Super Hearts. Thank you, Asif on Fleek, for the Super Hearts. I still don't even know if that's, I'm pretty sure that's actually Asif. And I don't know if it's the first Asif or the last Asif, but thank you for the Super Hearts. Nick, thank you for the Super Hearts. Danny, thank you for the Super Heart. People who had to leave, which is mostly you guys anyway. The other Asif that's not here right now. Fleeko, Tronum, Hamji, all the Fleek family. Oh, I should have brought meatballs in and sent myself Super Hearts. Hey, I can actually do that. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. Claire Means, beautiful, beautiful singer on Periscope. Chris, Beautiful, Foxanne, Angelina, 64 Chev, and Andy. Thank you guys so much for the Super Hearts and being here. Please thank Nick. I did thank Nick. Zach Elzaxka, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. I can't scroll through comments. Everything's lagging. It's too much. Too many Super Hearts. Google Play can block in-app purchases if you spend too much to stop fraud. Yes, they can. And if anyone knows that, it's Dan and Asif. And Vito. And Sarah. And Ed. I'll have to add Super Hearts. That's okay, Zach. We got plenty of Super Hearts for today. I'm feeling very loved, and I'm feeling a lot of love for you guys. So just tell me what you want. Who do you want me to have on the channel? What do you want me to have on? I'm in the process of getting Jackie and Jason on the channel. Me and mostly Zen are probably going to do a religious debate on here. 2 millionaire, thank you. You guys are the millionaires. You just chose to invest it in this channel, and I'm going to make sure that I make it worth it. But I need a little bit of help since I can't read your minds to know what you really value besides cash cannons. So just tell me what would make you love this channel even more. Dan's yacht needs a tank of gas? Done. I want you to have Zach on the channel, me. You want me to have you on the channel? Okay, we can talk about Alaska. That could be fun. Direct message me on Instagram or Twitter. I am ex-Google Play Store developer. I know how that system works. Yeah. Asif has an idea. Are you going to say it in here or privately? Oh God, what's it gonna be? You know when you ask your customers to tell you what they want, but you kind of hope they'll be like, just keep doing what you like. Just kidding. I love how this thing's just never ending, just Super Hearts on Super Hearts on Super. Did you guys see that the number 3 sponsor is now Doe? So when you send the little sparklies, her picture goes in the jar. I love it. I love my life. I love you guys. I love it all. You don't disclose your ideas publicly. Perfect. Well, I will keep it locked into the vault. Let me know, and let's do it. Dan wants a kangaroo giraffe. Your desires are ridiculous. The last time I asked him what he wanted, he said he wants me to cook a steak on the engine of a Ferrari. What? We could talk about other things. I have lots of other experiences. Cool, Zach. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see how this all plays out. That's genius. I'll take 2. I'm going to Australia, but it might not be for like 2 years. Get Angel's piano on you. Yes, that I would love to have her on too. Josh, are you okay? What are you really mad about? What I know you're in here trolling, but what are you distracting yourself from? You got some stuff going on? You need some water? Let's all drink water together. I think it's gonna help Josh to cool off. Oh my god. Now Nick wants a kangaroo giraffe. How many kangaroo giraffes do you think are even in the world? If I could find 1, I don't think I'd find 3. You said you would provide the Ferrari? Okay, well, if you provide the Ferrari, I could definitely provide the steak. There we go. Asif thinks exactly the same as you, Jan. We just have to get Ty Lopez in on the plan. Ty Lopez, can I please cook a steak on the engine of your Ferrari? That's 3 for the kangaroo giraffe. Nick, I thought we were friends too. You'll be in Australia, Hawaii, and New Zealand in 3 weeks. Okay, so everyone, ZRH91, he just said that he's going to find kangaroo giraffes for all of you guys on his next trip. So follow him, send him super hearts. Thanks, Zach. I really appreciate you for volunteering that. That was really sweet. You're a really sweet guy. Thanks. And he lives in Alaska, so he's cooler than all of us. Literally. Cooler. 916, what you do? Why you do that? I already went to Egypt, Josh. I'm back. Doesn't even make any sense. Now, Josh. What? What's going on? Mom didn't hug you enough when you were growing up? I mean, what's up? So many kangaroos and giraffes. See? Zach says he gotcha. You'll send me the kangaroo onesie if you can figure out. Well, I could definitely do onesies. Cooler or colder? Yes. Yes. I love you guys a lot. It's 6:30 in the morning. Let's go to the diner. Thank you, So Heal, for the super hearts. Oh my god. So much love. Gratitude, appreciation. It's everywhere I look. I have stuff to be grateful for. And all I have to do is look right here at you guys, which is really just a camera, but I see your comments coming in. And I know that you guys got me. Why do I look like a camel? Because I became a camel in Egypt. If you didn't show up so late to the party, you would have heard all about how I became a camel. Josh, just follow me, okay? Just follow me. I open Bob's. When we hit 5 million super hearts in a broadcast, I open Bob's. Let's eat. Super hearts are stalled. Okay, I request Scope eating eggs. I guess if you could get him to duck his head. The only reason I would not scope me at my local diner is because I don't want people to know where I live. Otherwise, I've considered that many times because I do like going to this diner, but the menus, the people talking, I just think that it's too risky for my privacy and my security. Although I do love you guys. What Nick said. You guys, I don't understand. She does it. I've seen it. Bob's show up at 5 million. Oh, I have a friend named Bob. I'll have to find him at 5 million coming up. Dan, you're blocked. Thank you, Slice of Life. That was nice to say. You're flying me up with my cash guns and your t-shirt cannon. We could make an awesome scope. You're flying me up? Like, you mean like you're paying for my flight to Alaska? That sounds amazing. Wait, not in February, but like June? Wait, no, that's Sonam's month. July? August? August? Alzaska? My voice getting too high-pitched. That's not appealing to the ears. Kidding, only for Sonam. Sonam, the most popular Bobs on Periscope. I was trolling, though I rescind my request. Oh, okay. I don't believe 5 million is possible in one scope. Ed, you're such a troll. June, Sonam! Sonam, we're talking about your Bobs. I don't even know you're sitting right there. We've talked about your Bobs several times when you were not here. Just saying. You got so focused on Egypt, you forgot you have the next week off. Dude, come up! Let's go do stuff! 2 eggs with 4 shredded Mexican cheeses on toast with butter and mayo and a can of wild-caught solid white albacore tuna. Well, Francois said that he wants to get blocked, and he also wants us to end this broadcast because he's mean. He's talking about food. Where should you go? Chicago. Do you want to just go see Asif in Chicago, like, this week? My job allows me to do this. Can you transport me? Transport me where? It's all good. I know my Bobs are popular. Sometimes, like, I intentionally try not to show my Bobs on Scope, and they're still the most popular Bobs on Scope. That's how good they are. That's how perfect they are. I'm leaving in July and finding a new job. Oh, okay. Oh, you're saying, so we'd have to do, well, what's the weather like in May? What would I be eating right now? I already said it. Scrambled eggs, English muffin with butter, zucchini muffin with butter, hash browns. Not hash browns. What are they called? Home fries. Let's go to London. No. My cat is also hungry. He's like, Mom. Francois, you're so blocked. He's asked me if I want a bite and he can add cream cheese. No. I mean, yes, but you're trolling me. Bobs aren't for the camera. They're for real life. Ooh, that's a good one. And the Sphinx. Hi, Dinesh. Why do I hate Sonam? Because I'm jealous of her Bobs. Hi, baby. You want to come and be famous? Oh, thank you. You hungry? Me too, man. I think I forgot about hungry. Did I eat any meat in Egypt? Yes, I did. I had chicken. Did I have anything else? You say you're gonna... Wait, I talk about what? I'll pay for you to come up. I have tons of miles. Zach, that's amazing. Seriously, if you're gonna pay for me to come, I will figure out something else. I mean, I didn't even really want to go to Alaska, but if you're gonna pay for my flight, I mean, boom. Still blocked from hearts? Good. This is good because I literally have my outro up and all I have to do is click OK and I've been stalling for like half an hour. So this has been a 4-hour scope from Fem Yoga Taylor. Thanks for watching. Super fans, eat your heart out. Watch this replay. Enjoy it. Don't say bad things. I didn't say anything. I'll pay for you not to go with random people. Okay. Does your cat's breath stink? It used to, but it's actually much better now. Teach Jack to fetch you food from the kitchen. The food that I want is at the diner, not the kitchen. I should find Taylor as I'm coming to New York very soon. Let's do it, Toxic. Let's meet up. This was fun. We should do it again sometime. Thank you, Asa, for releasing me from your grasp. We should do it again sometime. And thanks for coming in and being so generous and amazing, like you always are. I wish I knew more about you. That is my only request. Talk to me more. Maybe he can get you a box of crackers. We don't have crackers. That's why 5 million can't happen. Google and Apple are like block. So we can finally leave. Peter, you can leave anytime your heart desires, my friend. I appreciate your sticking in here with me, but yeah, you can leave whenever you want. Is the heart race broken? Has it been broken for like 10 years? Yes, I miss everyone. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for this. I don't even know what to say. I'm hugging my own self because I can't hug you guys. But remember, you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin, even if you have an itchy butthole. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. Had to bring it back to the itchy buttholes for the ending. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back tomorrow for more content. Thank you again, really. Bye. Just go to London, Dan. Just go.